It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time because we're about to have some major gifts along the way. What's it going, guys? Let's give this tie to Meatball. Here you go, buddy. Little cute little Christmas tie right there. How's it going? My name is Andrew, and it is time to get it going. It's time to get going. What do we got here? Well, we got some excellent, interesting research that we've done already on the GameStop saga, and we have Mr. WeBull ready to tell us to kind of give us the way forward. So let's see. Renzel was here just a few seconds ago, by which I mean, hundreds of seconds, thousands of seconds ago. Let me turn off Renzel here. There we go. This one too. Okay. We are here with Professor Meatball, Andrew from Andrew Mo Money of Data Leap, and we are here with Mr. Writer, Kyle G. We have Queen Antoinette, Odin, Vegas Chef Andrew. We got Ying Kang Lim, Kyle G, Casey Knox with the scissors in the chat. We got William Kreth, Paul Upperman. We got Odin, James, C5TR8, All Things Jade, Josh Phelps, Alex Yo G, Illegal Monkey, Jillian Marchioli, Alvano Cavilo, Backup Bump, and Crypto Don Juan. How's it going, guys? We are here talking about GME and AMC. We have some pretty sideways movement, but AMC has been able to rise above that $11.18 resistance level. Let's see what's up next. The next level for AMC is $11.92. Now, it has bounced off a couple of times over the past week, and we are looking at it to see if it does want to, if you want to moon AMC, just let us know. We got about 20 minutes until power hour starts. GME currently is trading right above that $274 range. That's a beautiful range right there. It is staying above that 274, which is nice because it was had dipped a little bit underneath. Maybe it's because the stream ended all the way down to a low today of 264.57. That is still green on the day, so no losses quite yet. HF says, hey Andrew, first day here. Glad I found you. I'm glad you're here. How's everybody doing? I want to hear how your day is going. Dan Healy, how's it going? K Jas, Gabe, Patricia W, and Julian right here with the super already. With Bruce calming us down and you adding DD powder, we will all succeed. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Boom, baby. Let's get this bread together. Let's get this bread together. Let's focus up. Let's learn. Let's build. Let's give it our best shot. Come on now. We got Jonathan Raj, we got Crystal T, we got Dark 2 Light. We have, let me just pull up some hot DD. We had Renzel on the show for basically like 3 hours straight. That was a 4-hour live stream, and he showed up like the very first hour. So that means that you guys just saw like a 3-hour live stream. He didn't have to do that. He spent extra time just to chill with us, and that was very, very cool of him. We have more DD from RGME, in which Renzel is a mod, and let's see. Live market close. Will GME and AMC squeeze today? Well, Mr. Josh Hates Pixel did think so. Friend of the show. He is a great guy. I issued him an apology yesterday for any amount of bearish sentiment on his behalf. We are just here to go ahead and give each other the best DD possible and to peer review, right? This is how science works. When someone does a counter DD, it is not out of malice. It is just to give you guys a sense of both sides, especially if there are factual errors. If you guys want to see more about that, that video is about the flaws of Hates Pixel's DD, and of course we all want to hear what he has to say. So we gave him an invitation. He said, "Hey, just tweeted about this, but there are, let's see, construction workers killing his entire internet connection on the street. Going to have to wait to see when they fix it." So there we go. When those darn hedgies actually turn on his internet again, they will be back on the show. Rosa Deza says, "Happy Friday. Pet and treat our sweetest pup, Meatball, for the great vibes this week." And Jason Helm says, "When is the latest we can sell call options? Can I wait until 3:30, 3:45, or is that dumb?" Let's give Meatball a cute little pat right here. Now, again, you guys are starting to ask some financial questions, so I am not a financial advisor. However, if you are planning on selling your call options, you are likely going to have trouble, especially getting closer and closer to that bell ringing. But if you did want to, it depends on the broker that you have, and you can all the way until market closes, as far as I know. So we had some hilarious DD of Melvin's wife begging us to stop. That was, of course, as Renzel confirmed, trolling from someone who is obviously not even anybody's wife's or anybody's husband's girlfriend. We are looking at synopsis by Renzel from 8 hours ago that is currently top on our GME. And then we have people talking about stop evangelizing a squeeze tomorrow or next week. Now, let's make sure that we cover this. And then finally, a share callback. Ooh, share callback. Shareholders' rights, guys. I'm gonna go. Let me see if this asks me for my special information. Because I'll just sign this as Andrew Mo. Sign the letter. Sweet. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right now to the chat. I'm going to actually add this to the description. So sign the letter here. Sign here. Sign to support share callback. There it is. So we are looking at share callback. Seriously, guys, this is the most important thing you can do right now. If this initiated a share recount, it would blow the lid off of those sweet tendies. Do your part to fight for this. Renzel tagged this link for shareholder rights in his morning post on the 12th. I signed it over a week ago, and it says only 8,000 signatures. Let your voice be heard. You can S post later. Okay, you can press this link. It brings you to this page. You have rights as a stockholder, right? This is some PSA right here. View and sign the letter. Yesterday, there was only 6,000 people signed. After the live stream with Renzel and with Pixel, we had a tripling of that number all the way up to 20,000. So let's view and sign this letter. Stockholders open letter to the board. Let's see. Subject: minimizing risk to stockholder rights by fixing a record date. Hold on a second. Let me just move this downward so you guys can still see AMC. Hey guys, we have 200 likes on this chat. That's awesome. But Mr. Brendan up there is only going to buy another $1,000 of GME if we get to 5,500, which we have not yet done. We haven't done that yet. Right now, GME is trading at 276, and that's more. That's the cost of GME is more than the number of likes on this post of this live chat. Go ahead and send this like counter to the moon. Hit that like button, smash it all the way. Okay. I am a retail stockholder of GameStop Corporation. My decision to invest in GameStop stems from a firm belief that the board, with its newest additions, will continue to accelerate growth and transform the company in the quarters ahead. They're writing to the blah, 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 da, da, da. These issues have impacted the share price, the company's prospects, and the stockholders' right to vote due to brokers not being able to locate shares. Since the 2020 annual meeting, these issues have been intensified. As of January 29th, GameStop was most heavily shorted stock on the market with a short interest of 121%. Institutional ownership increased to 105%. FTDs have persisted and are out of step with other corporations, reaching 5 million on the 13th of, hold on, what is it? Oh yeah, the 13th of October 2020. Securities list for as long as 39 consecutive trading days. GameStop is placed on the threshold securities list for as long as 39 consecutive trading days. Let's read this bold part. Therefore, the purpose of the letter is to request that the board would fix a record date without a meeting as per Article 7, Section 4 of the bylaws of the GameStop Corp. If the board cannot fix a record date without a meeting or vote, the board must call a special meeting of the stockholders as per Article 2, Section 3, blah, blah, blah. With or without the scheduled meeting, we must fix a record date and update the stock list immediately. Power to the players. Ooh, baby. Power to the players. So, how do I sign this? It says sign the letter right here. And I click this, and I go here, All submissions to the form will be appended into a table as signatures in the style of an open letter. I understand. I have read this. I understand I am in breach of the terms of use if I'm not a current stockholder of GameStop Core Class A common stock. Okay, I'm going to write Andrew Mo. And there we go. Boom. Thank you. Your name has been added to the open letter of the GameStop Board of Directors. Power to the players, guys. We know what it is. We got to get this. We got to get this signed. So now it is in the description of this video. Go ahead and sign this to force GME to do a thing. And let's see if how many people have signed this. Let's see if this number changes. Well, I guess it updates every so often, so it hasn't changed. It's still currently 19,810, but after the Andrew Mo money squeeze of death, let's see if that changes it up around here. Okay. So we have Rensel's DD here. Rensel was on the show for a long time. He is a moderator of the RGME subreddit, and he makes one of these every single morning. Crazy, very helpful, especially since he is in the Netherlands. He is sitting down with a nice beer right now after a long live stream, and that's a very well-deserved break. Okay, so let's see. So Andrew is my girlfriend's boyfriend? Okay, here we go. So synopsis of 3/12/2021. What we need to know before the market opens DD. Good morning, San Diego. I am Rensel. Seriously, I can't be the only one spelling that. Insert flashy intro card. Stonks. Okay, now this is financial advice. Serious, grade A. GME is up 444% since 2/24. So this is from 8 hours ago when Rensel just jumped on the show, like a couple hours before he jumped on. Let's see. GameStop is pushing 280. This is still $15 lower than the daily high of 295, but it is getting somewhere. Let's get this going. This is Rensel's DD here. Because I've been seeing a lot of show posts yesterday, I have not used the delete button this hard since mom found my homework folder. Let's look at some basic facts. Did the dip change anything? Are we still on? Guys, nothing changed. We had a dip. We had some red days since the 27th, 18th of January, and we had it for weeks. One dip does not change anything in my book. Look at the 24th of Feb. This is less than 2 weeks ago and went from 40 to 250. This is still up a lot. Guys, chill out. I get it. This is exciting and scary at the same time, but we are still going up, but don't expect stocks to be all green every day. We can and will have red days. For example, if this goes up 10K, hold on. Yeah, and then closes on 9.2, it will be a red day. Does it mean that it was all for nothing? No, it means the stocks have reacted to something. So step away from the emotions you may have when looking at this and take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and take a breather. A breath of water, as I said yesterday, and people have been catching on. Oh, man. Okay. Meatball, where's your tie? Put your tie in here. There we go. Perfect. Excellent tie. Okay. Take a breather. Okay, so because I've seen a lot of negativity on the subs since yesterday, which is to be expected, red day forecast is chilly in the low 90s degrees and slightly overcast. That's funny. Cameron Walker. Warp coin greater than Bitcoin. Thank you for the super. Heather, Jaina, the number of signatures on the stock letter isn't accurate. If you refresh the page, it goes up and down all over the place. Don't take it as a legit count. Oh, thank you so much for explaining that. As much as we love to see it. As much as we like to see it, we're not going to see gains of 30 to 40% every day. It's costing the hedgies millions each day in short interest. All we got to do is keep effing them to keep getting the sweet dip and holding. All right, so this is just some price action of GME so far. We saw some major tendies back in January, and then we saw some major tendies on Wednesday that then dipped down pretty badly. And I guess that was such a small incident that it does not reflect on this chart. Graph of 2021 compared to where we are still looks great to me. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty strong bullish runs upwards and upwards. See something familiar? This is why I keep from within. Thank you for the super. I don't do price predictions. Applegate. May I borrow 5K from you for some more GME? I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a GME today. Hey, Daniel Nelson, thank you for joining Meatball the Professor tier. You just got your certificate of satisfaction. You have just joined as an officer of the Meatball Army. The Moon Platoon is very lucky to have you. Thaddeus says, Andrew, what do I got to do for you to just read a tweet that has to do with GME drop yesterday? Thaddeus, did you... Okay, hold on. I'm just going to go on Twitter and see if I can actually see any messages. Maybe I used Twitter incorrectly. So when I go to messages... Yeah, when I go to messages... I'm an old man, I guess. Because when I go to messages, all I see is Matt Cores and Trey's trades. And that's all I can see. So I'll go to notifications instead. And then we have like the tweet I was mentioned in. Matt Chair liked the tweet that I was mentioned in. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. Thaddeus, what is your Twitter? Actually, you know what? Just send it to me on email. I will check it a little easier there. Okay, back for Renzel. Okay. Why do I keep spouting about everyone should educate themselves? The more you know, the less panic you will face. All thanks go to this user for posting it here. So if you look at the moving average convergence divergence is an trading indicator used in technical analysis of stock prices. So he clearly cares about the MACD. I was asking him earlier about which technical indicators he cared about, and he said he didn't have that much of an opinion on it. Oh man, excuse me. As he stated, we've seen this action that's happening today a lot. We just haven't had people who bought at 248.50 complaining before. Support lines are trending up faster than last week, and we have seen this buy and sell off many times in the past few days when everyone was a diamond hand beast. It's a simple analysis of the chart and not financial advice. So what does that tell us? The support going up faster is a good indicator that you'll get a more upwards trend. The faster that goes, the higher it can go, but what do I know? Even Yahoo is posting about this. MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, is an indicator that I have an entire video about. So go ahead and check that out on the channel. And we also cover the VWAP as well. I think the video name is called Surprising Signal that the squeeze is coming. Hold on, let me just check. Let me just give a little checkaroo. Surprising. Wow, it's kind of hard to pick out my videos because even I am having trouble figuring out which is which. Surprising, there it is. The surprising signal that the mother of all short squeezes is here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat. Don't go anywhere. Just kind of like bookmark that and watch that later if you were curious about the MACD. So lost $6.8 billion, the hedgies say. You lost $6.8 billion so far. Kevin B says, are you going to email that letter as well? Who owns that website? Seems like they're signing it might be a great data source of angry people. Well, it didn't take my email, so I don't think it, I think Google Forms has an option to collect emails automatically, and it didn't take my email. So which one of you smooth brains did this? I love it. Addendum, I think it's funny to if it's a one-off thing, so don't keep doing this stuff because the hedge funds can and will try to pull defamation or slander on us, so refrain from doing it. Melvin Capital is an American investment management firm. It was founded by Gabriel Plotkin, who named the firm after his wife's boyfriend. Oh no. Founded 7 years ago, Gabe Plotkin. Wow, that's the real Wikipedia right there. I have such a stimmy right now. Stimulus checks could start hitting bank accounts this weekend, White House says. Well, this is actually a comprehensive report. If you guys do not follow these DDs, I'm going to start covering them more and more often. And Renzel is excited to come back next week after a long break with his wife and his wife's boyfriend. Oh, man. Let's see. Just going to read your chat. Hashtag David the Great. That's funny. So again, okay, people were talking about it yesterday, so I thought I'd include it. The stimulus checks will be hitting from this weekend on. Just imagine what this could do. Imagine what could happen if thousands of apes YOLO their stimmy into GME. Remember, we had chilies in the chat, and it's actually the pepper emoji, but I like to say chilies in the chat. If you guys are going to expect a stimulus check in the near future, basically next week before Quadruple Witching Day, and you are going to put it into GME. Because, there's a lot of people in here that are going to put their stimulus check into GME. Michael TV, smashing that like button, folks. Support him for supporting us. Guys, this just gets the message out there, right? 600 likes is helpful to try to get people to watch this stream. But look at Brendan up there. He's going to buy $1,000 at GME if he can get 5,500 likes, guys. You got me up to 50,000. The next step is 69,420, baby. Get that subscribe button. Get it before it gets away from you. Right? This is your chance. Hit that subscribe button. You know what to do. Almost 9,000 playbacks and 4,000 of you guys in here. El Doctor says, is WeBull legit? Is my first time in this stock. I've gone through the Robinhoods of the world. I've traded stocks using SoFi as well. It's time to say WeBull is the real deal. If you guys also wanted to get $50 of free money to invest with SoFi, that's also a great way to be able to, one, start playing around with the idea that there are multiple ways to access a market. Do not lose out on your opportunity to access the market just because all of your stocks is in one platform, right? Have multiple avenues. Open up a SoFi, open up a WeBull. Like these are completely free services, and it actually costs them money for you to like hold a small amount of money in there. So they want to please you. Let them please you, right? They're pleasure brokers there. No laughing. The stimulus checks will be hitting the weekend on. Just imagine what this could do. Imagine what if a lot of people YOLO their stimmy into GME. Again, not investment advice, but saying this would be the funniest thing in his life if it ever happened. I'm glad he censors himself when he is actually on the stream because it's pretty funny. Yes. Their main interest is to present this on Monday to the board of GME. Yesterday I was in a stream and this got to my attention. Hey, that was my stream. He didn't even shout me out. I'm just kidding, Renzel. This to do an audit of shareholders, meaning checking the shares, checking everything that's going to go on the shares, so make sure the synthetic naked shares are tracked down so something can be done against it. So please, I ask everyone to quickly sign it and make sure the board gets this on Monday. Well, I already put that in the description below. I already signed it on this live stream, and Renzel wants you to sign it. There you go. GameStop. Why do you think they're shorting so hard? It's cheaper to get you all to paper hand than pay out when this new DTCC rule takes effect. This is a game of chicken with a time constraint. Who is going to hold the bag, us or the short sellers? The DTCC doesn't want you to pay out premium, so they will margin call and liquidate the shares of Melvin faster than you can blink. They've dug their hole deep. Why let them get out of it? Up to you, but I'm a Spartan and they'll have to kill me for my shares. Why is everything so violent? Not sure who originally posted this, but thank you. This is exactly why you'll see red days before this is implemented. Remember, everything happens for a reason. Red days, people spreading FUD or disinformation. We have seen this for weeks. No one folded then. No one has folded now. Again, trust your fellow apes and see where this ends up. And just to make sure that, because I've seen some people say, oh, but Renzel doesn't believe in X amount. Trust, that's the fastest way to get banned from the sub. Renzel does not fool around. Good gaming, what's going on? Putting stimmy into AMC. Yeah, let's see this happen, right? You decide what to do with your money. This is a free country. Go ahead and decide what to do with your money. Sir, this is an Arby's. Go ahead and do whatever you want. I believe this can hit 100,000 a share. You can call me an idiot for believing. You can call me a moron for having high hopes, but never try to tell me that other people what they really believe. Lauren says, since Jimmy isn't mooning, does that mean all of the 800 calls expiring today are worthless? Yes, those ones that are expiring today. Renzel was on the show. Usually I am the one bullish because I'm the one that is in the room by himself talking to a box. But when Renzel was in the room, I was the one that was more bearish. I was the one that was trying to ask him questions to get him to get you guys hyped up. When it was his turn to say, what happens if all of the contracts ends up expiring? He said there's going to be more contracts every single day. Every single day, there's going to be more contracts, and there's an opportunity for the snowball to get even more snow on the ground. This is a tweet from GameStop during the last few minutes of market before it closed yesterday. That was pretty insane. GameStop just sent out the Doom man holding the coffee. Speaking of which, I'm gonna drink some coffee right here. Oh my lord. Oh man. Doom man holding coffee. Well, that's a cup and handle right there. And if you remember anything, we just looked up a cup and handle. It is a bullish indicator that GameStop is ready to get going. Nice old meme, right? Notice something? Cup and handle. Again, I believe that DFV, RC, and GME are trying to convey messages in some way, shape, or form. We have found a deeper meaning behind every tweet. Uh-oh, I wish he didn't say this, because now they're going to get investigated by the SEC. Bang, bang, boom. Okay. Ryan Cohen. This is what? Seriously, does no one smell that? Papa Cohen, if you're reading this, call me maybe. Nah, but in all seriousness, this tweet can be taken in several ways. He was poisoned like GME was with the shorts. Now he's squeezing so hard, this guy is about to shoot off the toilet. These two scenes play together as far as I know. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And then this scene happens. I've never been demonetized on a single live stream, and I'm not going to be, because I'm not going to play a clip from some other movie. Someone is also themselves while someone else is exciting that they were landing on the moon. DFV also tweeted this, right? Cat coming out of the box, and now, and earlier today, he tweeted the black hole Gargantua from the movie Interstellar. That's some Lisa and Bart fighting. If you guys are a serious investor and you're curious about what this DD is actually about, we will get to that in just a second. Notice the cat is in a bag, but not in a bag, but a box. Kitty is waiting, and when ready, he'll pounce. When GME finally pops off and you get to buy your dog the good treats for the rest of her life, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve, meatball. Again, the best advice I can give you, apes, is when you go into this to be logical. Don't let emotions rule you. Rule your emotions. Also, if you worry this will go up or not, just look at the fundamentals of the company. Look at how they turned around their company. Look at who bought in. I personally think this company is sub 1,000 USD. It is undervalued. Again, you can disagree, but show me proof. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm Ron Burgundy, and you stay classy, San Diego. There it goes. So that was Rensel's daily DD. I will be checking in more often from time to time, because Rensel is a friend of the show who generously spent a lot of time on this show earlier today. GME is trading at 4% up on the day, with a low of 264 and a high of 295, both of which are green numbers for the day. As of market close yesterday, GME was at 260 flat, just a pure $260, and has 22 million volume, just a very bad amount of volume. Usually it was around 40 million on average last week, and it was up all the way up to like 70 or 80 million, maybe even more, just on middle of this week. So AMC is also up, is up 6.5%. It hit a low of 994. That would have put it red. However, it made it back up above this level of resistance here, and it is currently trading above 1035 and trying to get back up to this new level of resistance at 1118. Okie dokie. Greetings from the UK, says Arankar. How's it going? Scissors in the chat. Let's get this going. So AMC and GME. GME currently is trading at this brand new level. It's not brand new, but it is getting annoying to see GME fall below another level of support. We saw that GME has been struggling against this 280 level of resistance, and now it seems as if this big fat red candle that is both on GME and on AMC, basically almost symmetrical, pushed through two more levels of resistance and is seemingly having trouble being supported by this next level of support. Elon Musk just bought 500k GMEs today. Is this true? Let me see. Did Elon post about this? I think he should be careful. Elon Musk. Well, if he did, he didn't tweet about it. Is this how old his baby is already? Is that That's a real, that's a like a 1-year-old. Time passes. Dear Lord. Scissors in the chat. Okay, so it is power hour, 55 minutes left on the day. We have almost 5,000 of you in here. You guys are hitting that like button to try to get Brandon to buy more GME. Come on, guys, smashing that subscribe button. We have already passed 50,000 yesterday. If you guys follow me on Instagram, Andrew Mo Money, you guys saw that there was a cake from Hector, the perfect best friend and roommate. Very, very excited. Also from my good friends, shouting it out to let's say M and G. I haven't actually asked them if they wanted to be doxed here, but Monica and Gary, thank you guys so much. And those of you who are currently watching, hey, thank you guys so much for bringing me up to 50,000. I really do appreciate that. Come on, let's get on all the way up to 69,420. For the reason why I want 69,420 is because that's just that much closer to the 100K golden standard. And if you guys know Matt Kors, you guys know Trades. Right now, I am the runt of the litter, and we know we love the Moon Platoon. We know we love this channel. So go ahead, if you've been tuning in for the last couple of weeks, you gotta hit that subscribe button. And if you are just joining in now and you're wondering whether AMC and GME is gonna perform today, gotta hit that subscribe button and that bell button. Come on, let's get this money. Let's get this bread. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. So, right now we are looking at GME trading below, far below the level of resistance that it was trading on before. It's at 275 earlier, and now it is trading below 269. This is not pretty. Getting pretty annoying, but the next one, the next level of support is all the way down at 256, so it's unlikely that it's going to have to deal with that. Let's see about AMC though. AMC is still trending below that $11 resistance. This is kind of disheartening because, well, it's trading below 11.18 resistance, so it's right at that mental barrier at $11. So right now it seems like a couple people in their right minds cannot find AMC, cannot get rid of AMC. I just can't quit you, baby. Taha Zach says 52K subs already. Been here since 2K. Great hustle. Give the doggo some treats. I got you, Taha. Thank you so much for the early support. Those of you who have been here since 2K, I'm planning something special for you guys, so I really do appreciate you guys being here. Oh, baby. Let me stuff my mouth real quick. We got some excellent mods in the chat. Just dubbed 2 new mods today. Be nice to them. They're learning, they're growing, they're being good people. Positivity in the chat is all that we care about. Okay, so right now we are currently looking at, we've currently read the DD from the Mr. Rensel. Rensel was on the show for 4 hours, roughly. Well, more like 3.5 hours, but he was here an hour or so into the stream, and we were talking about that pretty well with him. Let's look at some of these top comments from Rensel's DD. Most importantly, just because people have been saying gamma squeeze today, don't panic if it doesn't happen. The squeeze is still on. The date doesn't matter. Obviously, we all want it to be sooner, but realistically, if you make millions, it doesn't matter if it's this week, this month, or next month. You've got the rest of your life to enjoy it. That's a great point. If you make $1 million, it doesn't really matter when it's going to happen. Just stay connected with the story. Oh, don't know if this will help, but his channel is Andrew Mo Money. Thank you. And then Phil Fun Police over here. Oh man, give Mo Money and Meatball a sub. I didn't expect to find comments about me in this comment section. That's nice. Hey, it's Pixel is here. 8 hours ago, he says, that's what I've been saying in Andrew's stream yesterday. If it doesn't happen, no worries. What if it happens? I would obviously be a nice touch to the whole thing and create a new bottom for the stock, and that could be in high hundreds, but nothing is guaranteed. Let's just see and wait. Yes, very clear. You guys could try to predict like a million things in the world, right? But the most important part is that you understand that science, math, You know, these things are all on your side. Jazz Cho 07, thank you so much for this super chat. Love the streams, keep me grounded. Sent you a DM of Instagram doggo, Mac and Clemmy. Let's look at your doggos. Here's what I'll do. I'll keep this just like last time. I'll keep the synopsis on one side, and I'll keep the doggos on the other side. Benay Popat. Let's let's put that stimulus money to the moon. President Biden did sign that stimmy either yesterday or the day before, or today I think maybe. But you guys are getting a stimulus check, and that is going to be an extra $1,400 to people who are qualified. And I believe when Max Mayer was on the show before, it was a qualification of like $75K or something similar for individuals. Let's see. Ruby Raptor, gonna follow you. Aww. Look at that. That's very sweet. So we got doggos on the right side, and we got DD on the left side. Very nice. Okay. Gonna look at some more. Not a lot of DD that like becomes relevant around this time of day. It's all like 20 hours ago. Let's see. Give me a sec to drink this little water, and then we'll be back with the technical analysis. Oh, root compared to GME plus root DD. Ooh, interesting. The GME frequently closing in on whole numbers. So let's do some statistics here, because you guys know I love statistics. GME frequently closing on whole numbers. Now if this seems a little weird or crazy. Anyway, GME frequently closing on whole numbers, evidence of manipulation through statistical analysis. They said statistics, and I like that. Recently, they started noticing something odd about GME's closing price. It closed at exactly 265 yesterday, and then today exactly at 260. Pulled some historical price and went to town. In the past 29 days, there were 6 closes resulted in whole numbers. These whole numbers closing days started only after January 28th. Going back 2 years in history, GME has only closed in the whole number once on October 23rd, 2020 at $15. Okay, still seems a little bit sus. Oh, Chris Rakas, thank you so much for upgrading your membership. You pressed that join button earlier, but then you decided to join the cool people that get to show their faces in the credits here. I'm running out of space for my face specifically. One day I'm gonna have to be like down here. But thank all of these guys over on the left side from the Meatball the Professor tier. Thank all the guys on the right side for the Meatball the Space Legend tier. And now back to our yucks. Yuck. Hold on. Which one is it? This one. Meatball, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, you too long didn't read. GME's closing price is a clear indication that it is being manipulated. We knew so, but now statistics and science confirms it. Edit. Added a graph comparing closing price versus volume and date. Okay, this is a little sus. Certainly a trend. But looking back over a data year back is probably going to be problematic. It was trading at single-digit values. So you're going 450, the drop, blah, 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 blah. GME swings 50 cents every second or two now. A whole dollar number is a possibility every day now, where it clearly wasn't in the past. There you go. That's an excellent explanation of why that's happening already. The great Tendi shortage. That's cool, D. Oh, there's so many nuggets. The short squeeze will transfer wealth to WallStreetBets users, thus causing a sudden surge in tendies demanded, followed by a shortage. Buy GME if you want to afford tendies after the short squeeze. Okay, well, let's read this. This is kind of fun. The great Tendi shortage. GME is not doing hot at 270. 4% up though, but it is down from the levels that it was supporting before. Power hour is $10 down on that that level of support up here, and that's not super great. Dallas Harvey says, if GME drops to $1, will you change your name to Andrew No Mo Money? Have a great weekend. Thank you, Dallas. Will I change my name to Andrew No Mo Money? That might be fun for a while. Maybe I'll do it for like a week. Jamie Gorani. Oh, I was gonna read your post, but then you spammed it so much that my mods got you first. So here, let me view it. Let me view it once. But remember, we don't reward spammers. I'm going to spam until he sees this. They're attacking us. YouTube started with hiding Matt Core's live stream. Andrew, you may be next. Y'all need to talk now. Okay. I love the stock. Technically, they did hide Matt's live stream. I was checking my subscriptions to see if Matt was still live streaming, and he wasn't on my subscribe count anymore. So he got shadow banned by YouTube again. Matthew S says, just got here 3:01 p.m. till now, exact same time across AMC and GME. Did you cover that? Huh? What? Maybe. A lot of stuff we have been trying to cover for the past few days. Oh man. YouTube does funky stuff. It's not always malicious. Oof. Andrew Less Money. It was actually Andrew Fewer Money. No, it's Andrew Less Money. Andrew Less Money. That's my name. Andrew Less. Don't wear it out. Thanks for sharing your dog. Now we're gonna go through the like millions of requests from Instagram, and then we're gonna find a new dog. Oh, Angel says they've had trouble finding my stream as well. Uh-oh. What are your thoughts on Monday with Stimmies having hitting accounts over the weekend, but no SSR set for Monday? Dip? Yes, no? Probably not. We have a lot of chilies from the chat of people who are going to put that money to GME. James Westergaard, I feel ignored. Aw. Can you explain the sudden spike to 440 yesterday on GME for literally 2 seconds? There's a 10 share sale as proof of the spike. I haven't seen any DD covering it. Like, I don't want to say that's conspiracy because that's just such a weird event. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on. Andrew, not a lot of money. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm almost at the bottom of this list. Oh, there's so many people that sent me their doggos. Oh, interesting. So T Nguyen says they couldn't see that I was live. Is that why is that why only 5,000 people are here? What's going on, guys? 5,000 people. It's because we haven't slammed that that like button yet, guys. Gotta spam that like button. All right, so this is Senor Diego and Sir Ali. Oh, so sweet. This is the very last doggo that's been sent to me. Matt Mills, thank you. GME 3x by next Friday with Stimmies hitting end money setting. The hedgies gonna lose. They're gonna try it straight to the moon. I'm rocket ship riding. Thank you, Matt Millie, for that enlightening super. Let's see. Showing your pups now. Sometimes it takes a long time for these pups to be shown. So this is either Senor Diego or Sir Ali. Very cute. There we go. Josh, no spamming. Thank you. What part of Chicago am I from? I am from the western burbs. I was technically from Oak Park. And I spent a lot of my formative years in Hyde Park. So there you go. What's up? Andrew, still mo money, no paper hands. There we go. That's the ticket right there. Hey Andrew, what does it mean the percent is dropping on the iBorrow desk GME? Yeah, we talked about there was someone just like nonstop saying don't trust iBorrow desk and Fintel. Like I don't use those. I don't use that data very often. And now that there's someone like vehemently against it, I suppose I'm gonna continue not using that data. AC Cash. Although I'm subscribed and alerts on your live stream doesn't pop up on my home screen, I had to search to find today's stream. I've been shadow banned. Really? Intriguing. Let me see if this is true. I'm gonna use my work account. Actually, I'm gonna use my 60 seconds of data science account to see if I'm. Nope, it's showing up on my subscription list and my homes. So maybe I'm just shadow banned for like certain people. Interesting. What's up, Lord Weird? How's it going? Mr. EGVD keeps saying Elon Musk bought 500k GMEs today. I would request proof. I want to see some proof. Someone's Ben Cabby says I'm not subscribed and you were just on my homepage, but you're not. But you're subscribed now, right? You're subscribed right now, guys. Kenny G just bought 180k GME. Kenny G? You're talking about Citadel guy? You know where Tank Noodle is? No, unfortunately I don't. Okay, hold on. Andrew, I didn't get a notice either, but I also might have already been on it. Oh, okay. Matt Kors has been shadow banned. Chris Jose says I got unsubbed. Yeah, be careful. You gotta resub. Okay, let's read this DD. So we have a cute little Sir Ollie for a while. Let's bring it to Senor Diego. This is either Sir Ollie or Senor Diego. The great tendy shortage. I decided to uplift my spirits with some tendies to mediate my 5-figure unrealized loss from absolute BS that the hedge funds and the media coordinated. Oh man, 5-figure loss. Jeez. Anyways, this had me thinking, why the F would there be so many people buying tendies on Tuesday? Encapsulated with rage, my brain grew a wrinkle and was enlightened by a hypothesis. Does the price of GameStonk have a direct impact on chicky nuggy sales? I mean, after all, isn't the short squeeze is what this is all about, increasing our tendies? Why is nobody talking about this? 10-piece demand curve after SS. At the moment, there are 9.5 million WallStreetBets users, each and every one very capable of consuming at least one 10-piece meal alone. For the smooth brains, that's 90.5 million chicken nuggets. Without any squeeze. Once the mother of all short squeezes does occur, I suspect the daily demand will at least double following the squeeze. This is the DD I'm actually here for. That's the DD I'm actually here for. Meatball Mo Money, why are you in the chat? Why are you in the chat right now? Who gave you internet access? Lawcat says, I've shaved my beard? Have I had a beard before? Stop laughing back there. Fire King says that my stream is on your homepage. Okay, that's good. The dude says Brandon needs to show his position. I mean, why would he I don't know who Brandon is. So like, why would he like support the stream like this if he wasn't serious about just buying some more GME? I personally love Brandon. Guys, Brandon is gonna buy $1,000 more GME if you guys get the stream up to 5,500 likes. And you know what it is. We guys are just trying to get up to 55,000 subscribers this weekend. So 5,500 likes on this video and 55,000 subscribers in this channel. Easy peasy. Come on. Our growth numbers are 5,000 subscribers the day yesterday and the day before. Let's get this bread, guys. Alex Brown says, Andrew, read this. Ken Fabio's in the house. What's going on? Scooter McDuder says, Kenny Loggins bought 5 million shares of GME today. WeBull moved his account from safe to danger zone. Uh-oh. Danger zone. Andrew, what would you think the play today was actually get GME on the SSR for Monday, but the buying of retail investors is stopping it? The play from who? I trust the will of the people. I don't trust like one guy or several like institutions playing the game in the background. Like it's very possible that the SSR was triggered on purpose. But if that's the case, for what? Nothing happened today. It's very disheartening. And maybe something will happen during Power Hour. Who's to say? Well, you better keep watching, because there's only 35 minutes more until market closes. Someone's saying AMC is cooking. AMC is pushing up against that $11.14 resistance. It has been supported briefly and then traded sideways below it. It is now still directly below that resistance level. Oh man, I didn't get the alert this morning. Missed 40 minutes. What happened here? If I make money on AMC, I'll buy GME, says Eric Toledo. That's the ticket. Don't switch horses in the middle of the horse race. Jonathan says, to all those that are saying sell, joke's on you. Everyone knows diamond-handed apes can't read. Ken Fabio, Hulk, smash that like. Yeah, guys, for 1,000 likes, let's give Meatball a big old treat. Come on, buddy. He's currently sitting next to me. And now he's gonna go all the way around. And now he's here. Yay! Good boy, Meatball. So smart. So smart. Chris Rakas. Shout out to my little bro Darius, who is watching in Ireland. We are both loyal GME holders. Let's go to the moon. Chris, you and your little bro Darius are a solid Moon Platoon members now. Thank you so much for that support. And hey, Darius, you got a cool older brother in Chris. Jada's bro, Melvin's going to have to ask my wife's boyfriend for his stimmy check once we're done. And people are like, who's watching this when they're a child? Hey, that guy just had a little brother. That person might be a child. Who's to say? Oh man, you should call this the Andrew Mo Show, bro. I don't know. The Mo Show, bro. That doesn't sound quite right. Be sure to resub. Yeah, sometimes the YouTube unsubscribes you. That's not cool. Fight against the system. They want you to unsubscribe. The algorithm wants you to unsubscribe. Make sure to hit that subscribe button every day. Just kidding. Just joking around. Let's get a brand new dog. Thank you for your service. Okay. Let's actually look at a dog that just got sent to me. This is a Doggo Hadouken. So this is Hadouken. Very nice. You're getting your time in the sun right now. Meet Mo Money. That's a really good one too. I'm Meet Mo Money now. That's Meatball right there. Oh, we back. Uh-oh, they're crashing me? Uh-oh. Boo boo blah blah. Stream is kill. I haven't had a lag in so long. That's interesting. Well, I'm gonna jump off my Wi-Fi on my phone. Let's see if that works. Jump off Wi-Fi on this phone too. Get off of Wi-Fi. Odal. AMC did well today. Yeah, AMC did like significantly better than we like those. We take those. Those are W's for sure. So we are looking at AMC pushing 10% up on the day. Right now it's at 9.5%. It had almost 100 million in volume. Feels like a fantastic day for AMC. On the meantime, GME, our golden boy, had only 23 million in volume, and volume speaks volume. So unfortunately, that isn't great. Simple Lots, thank you so much for joining the Special Operations Infantry Forces of the Meatball Army. Welcome to the Moon Platoon, my friend. Violet Hummingbird, hey Andrew, are you planning to live stream about stocks after the squeeze is over? Yes, this is not a GME specific channel. Nowhere on any of the descriptions of each video or on the About Me section is about AMC or GME specifically. This is a channel that's going to get you into the world of the financial freedom sector, right? The personal finance sector, the passive income sector. All of that is going to be covered as importantly and as diligently as we've been covering AMC and GME, as well as taking ticker symbol suggestions from all of you guys, because this is the best hive mind out there, guys. This is 5 to 10,000 people consistently coming back and learning about stocks every single day, market open to market close. And if you guys have not yet started to invest in yourself, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know what it is. Bill Schaefer wants to send me a picture of his wiener. Go ahead and send it to Andrew Mo Money. Only if there are dogs, though. I want to see dogs only. All right, dogs. Follow me at Andrew Mo Money. Let's go. Okay. Are you, Trey, and Max gonna go live live today? Let's ask. I'm gonna ask in the chat. I'm gonna ask because we have a cool group chat now. It's the 4 Holdsmen of the Apocalypse, the Ape Apocalypse. Very cool. So, hey, chat is asking about if the Holdsmen are going live sometime soon. May not be today, but 100% we're gonna be live on Trey's charity live stream tomorrow. So he's gonna be live streaming all day. Make sure that you catch me there. Oh man, how do I send? You send it to Andrew Mo Money in the right here on Instagram. It's the easiest way to send me a dog. Only dogs, though. If I see a single picture of something that's not a dog, you're done. This is Pacha. Showing your dog now. Pacha, the dog from Mate at 88. There you go. Very cute. JM says, example, what if naked shorts and options written totaling 200 million synthetic shares that can never be covered, not enough legit shares exist? Can't regulators force recall of all shares and pay back everyone's investment only? Yeah, that sounds legit. And the idea behind that is that recursive buying is also more shares that ever existed. You just have to give it to someone, buy it back from them immediately, and then give it to someone else. That is how you can cover all of these shares that do not exist. Godpill, thank you for the super bro. DD on AMC, proof that AMC is as strong as GME. AMC was owned by Wanda with 30% but after our purchase, it went from fully publicly traded company, and without Wanda selling, they now own 10% of the stock, which means we bought 200, 300% more than existed. The Godpill, I'm wondering exactly what your full-time job is, because you are a generous super chatter. I thank you kindly for bringing that AMC DD to our attention. Oh, thank you, Todd Bond, for joining the ranks of the Meatball Army Special Operations Infantry. I really do appreciate you joining the Moon Platoon, and we are lucky to have you. Michael Hanania, can you show our dog Kato sent to Instagram? Always, if you guys have an Instagram request, make sure to add your Instagram tag, because I have no idea who you are. So Michael, go ahead, add your Instagram tag. Dylan Robs, why do you think there is less volume this run up, and is it concerning? The lack of volume is indicative of 2 things. One, we're holding. I'm not touching the volume. I'm not buying. I'm not selling. It's just us diamond handers holding tight. So the lack of volume isn't necessarily a cause of alarm. A Cryptonesian is back again with a super. The symposium groups up to assemble the Holdtron tenders to the finance verse. Oh man, the Holdtron tenders to the finance verse. Wait, that's really funny. I'm gonna text that. Holdtron. Okay, I'm going to say that this is, I'm going to attribute this to A Cryptonesian. A Crypto Grip. Hold on, guys. We have about 20-ish more minutes on, 25 minutes before market is closed. Cryptonesian says that we are Holdtron tenders to the finance verse. Perfect. This stuff writes itself. Okay, let's see. Daniel James, after Endgame, what passive income options do you like to suggest? P.S. Hi, Meatball. What's up, Daniel James? One of the best ways to focus on passive income is to work on building your own educational platform. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with my massive diamond-handed tendies in the future. Just build a platform where you're educating someone and selling a course, or perhaps providing free education on YouTube, like myself. I am here to support any up-and-coming YouTuber, and I'm hoping to build a YouTuber class as well. That's a really great way to build passive income. But also coaching and mentoring is a great way as well. Less passive, but definitely a good side hustle. Let's see. We got Nick Check Gun. Sent a super chat last stream and you never got around to it. Oh no. Rylan the Maligator, I got you. Mr. Swisherland, thank you for joining the officer rank of the Meatball Army. We are lucky to have you. Thank you so much. And you are the GME Army guy, so that's very cool to have you here. And Spray Can and AS, thank you so much for this joining the Special Operations Infantry level of the Meatball Army. I appreciate that. Michael Hanania, the price for Kato the Pitbull Husky mix. Okay, so we're gonna go and look at this first. Rylian the Maligator. Aw, that's sweet. So that's where we're gonna look at Riley and then Chit the price. Michael Hanania, you are up on deck to go next. Der Gelder Zurger, when hedge funds are unable to buy their shorted shares or who they may not own, what if they just go bankrupt? Who pays the pain at the end? We've talked about this before. The people that pay insurance, right? We can talk about like organizations and governing bodies like the DTCC. And then finally, the US government. Like, let's talk about how they bail out entire financial organizations. It's time that they bail out like thousands, if not millions of apes. Colton Dupin, thank you for the super. Just sent my first super chat. Really enjoy the channel and have shared my dog photos with you. Oslo, Ando, and Oliver, tendies for days. Colt, you are on deck after Michael Hanania. And then Connor Jones says, this super for you to buy one more share before close. That one more share of AMC, that would cover it, but one more share of GME. We guys got to get us to 69,420 for that, guys. Come on, bring us this channel up to 60,000 subscribers. And hopefully we make it up to 100K before the Gamma Squeeze, because that is what we are crossing our fingers on. We need to get as many Space Apes Moon Platoon members in the chat before days out. We gotta hit that subscribe button, guys. Colton Dupin, you are on deck right after this dog. Thank you, Riley Ann the Maligator. What a really good name for a dog. Chit the price. Chit the price. This doesn't seem right. Cheer the price. Can you resend your Instagram, because I'm not sure that I'm getting the right person right now. Oslo and Oliver, though, this works great. There they are, so cute, right there. Okay. So, Rodrigo Chio. American Gadfly, thank you for the super. 2 Fridays ago, AMC closed at 8:01. Last Friday closed at 9. This week looking at 11. Forget the day today and hold. Yes, 8 to 9 to 11. That's some pretty solid growth for any company. Not just the fact that AMC is in this fantastic position. Fine, 2 shares of AMC now. Oh, Connor Jones wants me to buy 2 more shares of AMC. Come on, baby. Buy. Oh, I need to show you guys my password. Hold on, let me just put my face on there. Yeah, click. What's the password here? Click. Okay, there we go. So, buy. I don't think that's actually a manipulation, right? Could be dangerous. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's see. 2 shares of vodka. Okay, so this is 2 more shares of AMC. Now we can't do this too much, guys, because this does not look great. And there you go. Can I just push this up? I just missed 1120. That's so annoying. Okay, well that's a limit order. And it passed. Now it's in. Jake Howden, sending my luck to all the Moon Platoon members for the final minutes before close. Praying for AMC over 12 at close. Give WeBull a lucky treat. There you go. You are the best. Love this channel. Thank you, Connor Jones. I appreciate that. Here you go, buddy. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Nick Gangley. Oh, he just joined the boss tier, the Meatball, the space legend, to go straight to Mars. You are our exploratory Mars hunter group. Thank you so much, Nick Gangley, for joining that. You are going to be having your face right over here on the right side of the Meatball the Space Legend supporters. And those of you who are Meatball the Puppy or Meatball the Professor tier, you guys are getting mad love as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Watch me do me, says No Limit Brian. Let's look at that dog. Thank you, Oslo and Oliver. Well, no, Oslo and Oliver were the only ones. So, No Limit Brian, you are now on, oh my god, deck. No Limit Brian. Hold on. Oh, that's sweet. Very cute. Perfect. Excellent. Chid the Prince. Ah, gotcha. Chid the Prince. Thank you, Michael Hanania. Okay. So, we are just 18 minutes away from the end of Power Hour. We are looking at AMC hovering at 1120. Feels good to be there. And GameStop hovering just at 272 and change. So that is not as quite as much as where it was hovering at 280 before. However, we take what we can get. That is still 5% up on the day. So not a ton of movement after all of this date guff. That's why Renzel and friends have been a little bit more about just taking the date out of the equation, right? We don't care about the date. Let's see. Send our bell doggo in. Bananas for me and squeakies for her. Ryan Stone, you gotta tell me what Instagram tag. Instagram is not that easy. Thank you, No Limit Brian, for chilling with us. Michael Hanania. And now I need to wait until Michael accepts. Oh, here we go. K. Lipka. K. Lipka, you are on deck after Michael. Let's go. Let's get some scissors in the chat. Come on, let's get hype. Let's bring the energy level up here. I'm gonna take a bite of food. Everybody, get some scissors in the chat to cut out those paper hands of our lives. Let's get this bread, guys. Hmm. Ryan Stone, I think you were a super chat before, so it's R Stoney41. Please, Chit the Prince, accept me into your circle. This is in the chat. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. There's some hair in my water, but I'm so thirsty. Oh man. Okay, so Chid the Prince, you got one more chance. I'm gonna refresh you. Yes, now I can see your mess. Now you can see your stuff. You can see that dog. Yes, yes, perfect. Yes, got that dog in there. What breed is my dog? This is a golden corgi. He is from the University of Corgell. Big Korg energy. D Warkar says, check my DM, my doggo holding GME bag. D Warkars, tell me your Instagram handle, please. I think Ryan Stone was on deck a second ago. Andrew, can you show the beautiful cup that formed when zoomed out? Boy, can I. Right there. Okay, let's go read this this meme Tendy report again. 14 minutes before the day is out. GME taking its time. It's okay. 10-piece demand curve. Okay, so we have chicken nuggets DD right here. Although I could not find the exact populations of chickens in 2021 in the United States, the most recent data shows that there's currently about 39 million chickens. Great. Additionally, I suspect that each chicken is capable of producing 35 nuggets each. So 40 million times 35 is 1.4 billion potential nuggets. Okay. With 9.5 million apes purchasing 2 times 10-piece nuggets every day, your experience with the greatest tendy shortages we have ever seen with only 7.37. Oh, there's Dwarkars. Okay, Chip the Prince. Oh, look, it's me on the screen. Oh, man, that's so nice. I love to see it. Oh, Kato, thank you so much. Okay, K. Lipka. And then Dwarkars, you're going to be on deck in a second. Actually, you know what? Dwarkars, if you have a public account, I will show you first. Okay, and then Kate, and then Kyle, you're on deck. Oh. Oh. Is this you? No. Why did I follow you? Unfollow. Are you sure Dwarkars? Because this isn't hold on, do you have any dogs in here? No, this is just travel. I tried. I tried Dwarkars, didn't work. Oh, here we go. Okay, Kyle, let me see your dog. Oh, sad Christmas boy. Yes. Okay, very nice. Okay, so yeah, some of you looks like your dog looks like he went to a university and graduated with a master's. He has a PhD doctorate from the University of Cornell. All right, let's not get it twisted. Okay, so 1.4 billion chicken nuggets as a 9.5 million. Jose G, I had a dream we got GME to 100,000 by having everyone set a limit order of 100,000 and holding. Lol, made $340,000 in my dream. Can this work? Limit orders don't do anything. You're probably thinking about contracts such as call options, because those are essentially the options chain is the gamma squeeze that we've been talking about for a while. So Derek Miller says, between you and Trey, I think your channels are the only thing I've watched recently. Lol, send a doggo pic to your Insta, but not sure if I did it right. Name is D Miller. Keep up the great content. D Miller, thank you so much for the generous super chat. I appreciate you guys sending me your doggos. Let's look at this. Oh, what's up? Look at that dog. Yes, Kyle. Thank you for sending me that dog. All right, Derek Miller, I'll follow you back. Wait, hold on. This is the wrong D Miller. Are you sure this is you? Well, let me know if it is. Terry Hagen, thank you so much for the super. Magnus Tofte Cruz, gonna grab another beer. Want me to bring you one? Oh, very nice. Very nice to offer my mod some beer. Zeke says, I hope this displays in USD, not NZD. It did. It did display in NZD. How much money is that? Is that 420 instead? New Zealand dollar reduce? Well. Bentley is super cute. Insta Fabian Kaiser. Fabian, I appreciate your panache. You tried hard. Fabian Kaiser. Your account is private. Well, you better accept me. 1111. Make a wish. Oh, I wish AMC and GME will touch moons and they'll moon together. They'll turn around, sit side by side and moon together. Oh man. Got some serious scissors in this chat right now. Derek Schultz, oh no, I missed your super chat. What did you say? Oh, wait, what? What did you say? Me? Derek Schultz, just say it again. I'll read it again. Michael TV, what's your prediction for Monday morning? Moon or ocean floor? I think that the congressional meeting is going to be the biggest part of the story. So imagine that, right? It's going to be on the 17th. So Monday, if it does dip, it's not going to be for long. Connor Jones, thank you so much for the super. Appreciate that. Andrew, can your dog bring you a beer? Probably not. He's very short. Beers might be too tall for him. If he just holds it by the handle, he would have to hold it like this, and I don't think his mouth is big enough. Did they shadow ban Trey? Didn't see if he went live today. He doesn't go live normally throughout the day, just on Wednesday or yesterday. Oh man, Terry Hogan did that wrong. Lol. Where will the money come from when the hedgies fail? Well, first of all, you're talking about a margin call, so it's the hedgies are gonna take all of their money out of all of their assets, and when they do that, then they're going to be real sad. Oh my God, it's a Taco Bell dog, so cute. Okay, hold on, you're too big. There we go. There we go, Taco Bell dog. This is Bentley. He loves Taco Bell. So after they liquidate all their money and they're sad and they're crying, if there's still money, there's still shorts left to cover that they cannot afford, that's where insurance comes in. And then beyond that, well, the government has bailed out these large institutions so much. Why wouldn't they bail us out? There's a lot of theories and inferences on exactly what will happen. Josh and Pixel and Renzel answer that question pretty extensively on my live stream, and I've already clipped it. I'm gonna put out the full live stream from Pixel and Renzel, so you guys don't have to look for it and search through a longer live stream on tomorrow. That's where you guys are gonna look. You guys are gonna watch that live stream. You're gonna be like, oh man, that's so many good answers in there. You're gonna watch it all the way through to the end. Tri-State Detective Agency. I got my stimulus and invested it all. Wow. Okay. Hey, thanks. Thanks for letting us know. Nick Femia, welcome to the officer rank of the Meatball Army. The Moon Platoon welcomes you and your special agent skills. Jacques TV, check out my cute Sharpay. Daya, no, the Sharpay. Okay, sure, you're on deck. We're still looking at Bentley right now. He loves Taco Bell. I'm gonna see if I go back to Derek Miller. Oh, Derek Miller accepted me. There's his dog. Okay, we're gonna share some love with Derek and Bentley. BTC may never drop again. Is that right? Where is BTC right now? What? It's a 30. It's down like 26 bucks. Does anyone have the link on Andrew's screen? Which link are you talking about? Andrew Mo Money on Instagram? Meatball, relax. The chicken nuggets, DD? Do you want that link? We are looking at 6 more minutes until after hours. AMC is holding very tight. GME is holding very tight. Well, it's holding not super tight. It is facing a little bit of a red crayon. It is 1% away from dipping below 0% on the day. Come on, GME, fight. Be strong. Sending us positive energy right here. Let's go. A Bucky Dunn Lo-Fi is Rubu Chanan on Instagram. Okay, let's go see your dog. D Miller, that was your dog. Dianara. Aww. Oh my goodness, so cute. The Sharpay. And Rubu Chanan, you are on deck for Zoe. Oh, thank you so much, Koz, for the super chat. I appreciate that a ton. Let's see if it will close above 260 right now. It is struggle bussing hard. Struggle bussing hard. Boy, oh boy. Derek Schultz. Derek Schultz, I remember you. Did I miss your dog? Just send me. I remember you, Derek. Just go ahead and send me your Instagram handle again. Stimulus payments are being deposited before market close. That's huge. It better be huge. I don't see any green candles to match up that hugeness. Derek Miller says, yes, that's me. Forgot the 2022. Good. I'm glad we got your dog. Jared Cole, new to investing. Can you explain what a cup and handle setup and what is the best interval to look at, not specific to AMC, GME, but other trades as well? Sure, we can talk about that. Mainly, one of the other signals is that we can look at the MACD as well. Cup and handle is more like a art than a science. The actual indicators that I have up here is a little bit easier to interpret. That's why you guys have been like, this is so fat right now. There we go. The real gig. Andrew, thanks for all the coverage today. Greetings from Taha. Big shout out, please. Big shout out to Max because he is a boss. Thank you so much. Taha, what's up? And Max, you are a boss, I've been told. Shout out to you, man. We have only 4 minutes on the clock. This is a cute dog. Thank you, Dayanara the Sharpay. We got Rubu Chanan. Rubu Chanan, your account is private. What's going on? I'm gonna go back to this Sharpay here. Okay. Nice hair, bro. Thanks, man. I'm gonna start putting an affiliate link for the kind of hair product that I use. Let's see. Check your DMs, Dwarkars. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna check my DMs for you, bud. Dwarkars. Whoa, this is big. Dwarkars. Oh, Rubu Shanan is over here, and then Dwarkars. Oh, there it is. Cool. Except, better be a dog. Oh, this is a GME shirt, a little GME tote. Yes, very cute. Good. This is the dog that will lead us to Valhalla. Come on, 2 more minutes on the clock. GameStop is up 2.5%, better than 0. Let's get this bread, you guys. Come on, let's bring it on in. Push, push, push. Jess says, listen all day and had to pause for a phone call. Don't want to miss out on any of the great content. Glad I did because I got to see Sir Ali and Senor Diego. Thanks, of course. Sir Ali and Senor Diego, that was a good time. Thank you guys for sending me your doggos. Let's see. It is a 2-minute call, last call for the GME AMC train. Choo 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 choo. Meatball is here to make sure you guys are looking up at the most important part of today, which is taking care of yourself. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure that you have already started stretching. Keep it loose. Keep it ready because we are ready to tango with death. GameStop has been our bread and butter. AMC has been performing excellent today. We love to see our golden boys ride to Valhalla right now. I like pie. Says, hey, thanks to you and Trey, making money on stocks has let me connect with my dad and have daily conversations when we never have before due to lack of common interest. Now, get AMC. He owes me a house if I hit 500. Wow. Thank you so much for that awesome message. Jeez, that's electric. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm so glad you are talking with your dad. Zeke, thank you for this 420 super. I actually really appreciate your work, man. I appreciate you, Zeke. Kazi says, you keep referring to the fact that the short did not cover at 40. How do we actually know they didn't, or is it highly likely that they didn't? We know that because of the FINRA reports. Because we know the short interest in the percent short of float is exactly how we know that these shorts have not yet covered. Hopefully that explains it. And FINRA report came out earlier this week. It will come back around in 2 weeks, and we will see with a good amount of gap. There's a good amount of lag there, but we will see in the next 2 weeks whether or not those shorts have been covered. And hint, they haven't. The day is over. 264.48, 1.5% up on the day. Not even 30 million in volume, 25 million and change in volume with a low of 262. We barely scraped above the low of the day at 264.48, trading sideways into the after hours. Fine, that's fine. The squeeze did not happen this week, and we closed above 250, but I guess it's not as pretty as 300, but we are still in here. AMC is at 1116. That is not that far off from the high of 1140 today. Had over 100 million in volume. That is pretty significant, right? Not the hugest amount, not like a ridiculous amount of volume, but it is still very significant. So we got some very happy people in the chat. We had a $250 strike price and moving on the way up to 264 that are now in the money. So some of that momentum will be captured when those calls are exercised, or if they haven't already been exercised already. Some of those contracts will expire. Unfortunately, some of you even on this show have talked about a higher strike price that was expiring today. Unfortunately, there isn't anything you can do, but at the very least, you didn't lose out on a ton of money. You only lost out on your premiums. So that is, like I said before, a play for people with either a little bit more experience in the market or perhaps a little bit more capital. Options isn't for everyone, and I mean that in both a literal way, because it's mainly for markets like the American market that you can just tappity tap on your phone and you can get a contract in no time, and unfortunately right now that is one of our best chances to see a real gamma squeeze, a real potential to have a resounding start of this snowball traveling faster and faster, picking up more and more people along the way and getting us down all the way to Valhalla. Derek Schultz, sorry, I did not see your super. Go ahead and just say it again and I'll remember you. This is a day of solid growth. It's a day of growth that we cannot overlook just because we had expectations. Because remember, expectations is the thief of joy. If you guys have ever been married, or perhaps you have been married with your wife and your wife's boyfriend, unfortunately, this is not for the faint of heart. You take your victories as they go. As someone said, AMC was at $9 before, and it was at $8 before. It is slowly but surely on its way up. And if you remember your positions, you are likely highly in the money. You're highly in unrealized gains as of right now if you are still diamond handing on our way up. Remember that the gamma squeeze is formulaic, it's mathematical. It has no emotions, it just will start to happen when it starts to happen. And we cannot rush it, and quadruple witching day is a week away. Essential hard worker, thank you for the super. If AMC goes to the moon, we should use AMC movie tickets stubs as currency on the moon. That definitely sounds like a Fallout universe that I want to live in. Michael Baker, thank you so much for upgrading your membership. You just became a member of the officer group of the Meatball Army, and I appreciate you supporting the stream. Speaking of those of you who have already started to support the stream, I want to show off these guys. Just real quick, today's magic shout out is to Mo Fish. No relationship, Mo Fish, thank you so much for supporting the show. Meatball the Professor Gang and Meatball the Space Legend Gang. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the show. I really do appreciate it. And all of the puppies and interns out there, I do appreciate you as well. Oh man, oh my back, oof. Oh, stretch. Remember to stretch. Oh, thank you, GME dog, for getting us this far. Oh man. You guys, I hope you guys are pretty excited about what is to come this weekend. Derek Schultz, thank you for joining as a special member of the infantry gang. He says Buck Justice Legend is the dog. So let's see. Buck Justice dog. Buck Justice Legend. Maybe I'll just see it in the requests here. Buck Justice Legend. There it is. Accept. Aww. Fred and Lily. So sweet. Red and Lily, thank you so much for sharing your dog with us. As a reminder, this show is to not only get you the most up-to-date information on the stonks ready to fuel up to Mars and Pluto, it's also to make sure that you have a good understanding of your own financial education. We talked about technical levels of resistance and support in this stream. We also talked very extensively on the kind of DD that you should be able to do yourself, as well as DD from reputable others. We had many different types of experts come on the show for the past few days, and we have much more to come. We're going to stay a little bit after hours and focus on exactly what type of technical resistance and supports that we are expecting for the future, and a little bit of technical analysis on exactly what to expect now. If we look at AMC, and I want to make sure that we are positioning ourselves correctly. Hold on. Josh says, thank you for what you're doing for my son. My pleasure. You're number 2 behind Coors. Behind Matt Coors? Because Coors, the alcohol, the beer. Let's see. Okay, so let's focus up on exactly what is happening with the technical chops of AMC and GME. Now, this day has been pretty darn sideways for a hot sec, but it was after a significant spike of growth. Now, we had a breakout of from $8.33 on the 5th last week, right? That breakout started because of excellent news on that Sunday stream. If you guys remember, it feels like a year ago, but that was a DTCC announcement that we figured out together on Sunday. I will see you also for the special Sunday stream this Sunday as well. You guys are going to be able to explain a lot of the delta from Monday, even pre-market, because we noticed that this was sideways trading all throughout after hours, and then head up to after pre-market started. It was a big spike from $8 to $8.80. From there, it started to trade at a brand new resistance level of $9.63. So that from $8 is a rise of 20%. From 20% increases, that amount of resistance stayed consistent across pre-market and then became a level of support. That 963 is supporting AMC's price all the way through to the after hours. And after hours, it decided to continue staying positive up onto a new resistance level of $11.13. Now that resistance level became support on the first half of the day and then returned to becoming resistance for the second half of the day. And afterwards falling down and ending the day negative for AMC for the first time in 3 or 4 days. That was on the 10th. After the 10th, we saw that AMC traded sideways during the after hours and then traded negatively again, just barely closing above the market close rate, but still overall negative on the intraday. Kevin Tran, thank you for the super. Thanks for the continual analysis and updates. I appreciate that. Through the after hours yesterday, a lot of sideways trading and then an immediate green candle starting here. This could either be attributed to the potential recount or whatever. The earnings report has a lag. There is a good amount of AMC bullish behavior. We can also see that this was predicted by the MACD line crossing over the signal line in the moving average convergence divergence graph. The RSI rose up to 70 and that stayed there consistently up directly below this 1115 level of resistance. After a few small dips, it stayed and performed well, ending at $11.16, right at that level of resistance that I mapped out a couple of weeks ago. So this, actually not a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and it's almost like technical analyses work. So one of the thoughts about AMC is that it had a majorly bullish series of days, but not every day was bullish. So overall trend, AMC is feeling pretty good. Now for GameStop, let me switch this to the 30-minute mark, 30-minute chart. On the 30-minute chart, we're looking at GME having a major drop on Wednesday, and then re-corrected itself. That is going to be part of the narrative here. Now let's start on the 5th as well. GME also faced a major breakout starting from $138. That is 50% down. That was 100% growth from last Friday. So imagine that. Like if you don't see a squeeze anytime soon, just imagine any other stock getting 100% up on the week. Holden and Golden, thank you so much for the super. As you remember, on the Sunday stream, we covered a good amount of information about why GME and AMC are going to be incredibly bullish starting Monday. And this is exactly where I bought into another $1,000 of GME. So happy that I did. And then we started to see major growth into a breakout of 136 to a new support level of 150. This stayed a consistent support level 150 and rose 2 resistance levels upwards to 200. The more resistance and support levels, the better overall, because we are looking at the path of GME consistently over time. Whether it spikes all the way through multiple levels of resistance and support or has a free fall, that makes a lot harder to guess exactly how GME will work volatile in terms of its volatility. It traded sideways on the 9th. Overall, we didn't see a lot of change. And then we saw that it traded sideways through the after hours as well. Now on the 10th, this is when we had the craziest change here. We started off at 275, saw some major green candles throughout the day until we hit a high of 348. And this was just $2 shy of where a lot of $350 strike prices would have been in the money for those call options. We saw a major sell-off here by either a whale or a coordinated set of institutions, and we saw the price get halted multiple times, once at 300, and then again at 250, and then 200, each time falling less and less distance, because the proportion of the fall is what actually matters. It fell all the way down to 170 and 160 and change, I think, or 170 flat. Those of you who bought at 170, congratulations, because then it began to rise and recorrect itself almost immediately. Once we got there, we had GME start to make a bit of a sideways trend throughout all of after hours and pre-market. When the market opened, we saw mainly one green candle that quickly became a stepwise series of red candles, and then suddenly we had just overall bouncing between 2 support levels and resistance levels overall. Volume controls volatility, and as of today, we only had 25 million in terms of volume. That is not enough to change GameStop from where it was. We had several predictions yesterday and today of the squeeze potential. Unfortunately, we have not seen them reflected in the price itself, but that doesn't mean that next week isn't going to be chock full of brand new surprises. We have both the March 17th congressional hearing in the House of Congress, House of Representatives, and we have the stimulus check hitting a lot of people's paychecks over the weekend. Finally, we are going to see a great amount of volatility from the volume itself, starting on the congressional meeting leading up to the quadruple witching day. When Renzo was on the show earlier, he predicted that the gamma squeeze, which has the potential to have an $800 floor, that is the lowest GME can rise during that squeeze, somewhere between the 15th and the end of March, and within that 2-week period, if we can get GME's price high enough, it will force margin calls for a lot of these short positions, and they will then have to cover, causing the short squeeze. This is the current logic of the 2 squeeze situation. Essentially, perfectly analogy is that it is one rocket leading into another. I think Darth Trader, that's a hilarious name. Mo Money, someone purchased 330,000 shares at market close. Not sure if you saw. Let me take a look at that in a second. But for now, I wanted to just say, I hope you guys have a pretty solid weekend because of the information that you just received, as well as on the week, we saw AMC and GME face major gains. Those people are the ones that help me out so much. I appreciate these guys over here, Meatball the Professor tier, and these guys over here, Meatball the Space Legend tier. These people pressed the join button next to the subscribe button, or they went over to Patreon and supported me there. I appreciate them so much, and I will see them in a future video, and you as well. Okay. Hey guys, so we're chilling, we're relaxing. It is after hours. We're watching the movement of GME. Bring this back to the minute chart. Okay, perfecto. Why does it look like this? Okay, fine. And this one's fine actually. We are only 100 subs away from 53,000. That would be a nice treat for the end of the day. So those of you who haven't quite yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It is a fun place to be. Gets us the opportunity to relax together. Matthew Rappaport says, so is March 19th witching date date that has so much has to happen? Nothing has to happen on the quadruple wishing day. It's just that when a ton of volume comes together and the XRT needs to rebalance, that there's going to be a ton of potential, let's say. And let's just leave it at that. Potential could mean a lot of things. What do you think of GME being a catalyst for AMC, meaning short can't cover and GME goes first, or due to GME, they both go to the moon? I'm imagining that if GME moons, AMC might moon the week after, or maybe a few days after, because because I, for one, am going to be like, okay, GME's done. And now I have all this extra money, and AMC hasn't squeezed yet. Boom, I'm moving my money over to AMC. That just makes sense. Let's see. Jose G says, when do your live streams for the Space Legend membership take place? One time a month? Yes. And if you guys want to be able to set those up, send an email to andrewmomoney@gmail.com. Thank you, Jose, for the question. DM'd you my doggo on Insta. Then my name's J Phelps 23. Okay, I'm gonna see your dog. Oh, I forgot about Rubo-chan. First pick up are here. Rubu-chanan. Aww. Perfect. Okay. Whatever else I just put up, you're on deck. Holy Toledo, grain of salt. Yeah, J Phelps, you're next. Oh man, when you guys think stimmies are gonna hit for everyone? That's a good question. If anybody is expecting your stimulus, so if people are expecting their stimulus check already within a specific amount of time, like you can guarantee it's gonna come like before quadruple wishing day, then go ahead and throw some chilies in the chat. I want to see some chilies in the chat for people who know that their stimulus check is coming within the next few days. 330,000 shares of AMC at market close. Let me look at AMC. Time and sales. Wait, hold on. These are all after hours. Okay, I need to go back. So you said at market close. Okay, this is all after hours. Okay, so this is right before market closes. Uh, 6,000. Okay, I don't want to lose my place, but I don't see anything. 2,500. Okay, what if I do this? Is this sort? Oh man, this is so annoying. Yeah, I have not seen it, but if it does, but if I do see it, that's pretty crazy. Someone sold 6,000 at the same time. Okay, so chili. So some people have already seen. People know that this is their checks are happening at the exact same at a specific time. Yeah, some people have already gotten their stimulus checks. What's up with the chilies? These are people who have either gotten their stimulus checks or know that they'll get their stimulus checks before the what am I saying? Either have already gotten their stimulus checks or know that the stimulus check is going to come before quadruple witching day. That's what it is. Mr. Ryder, what's going on? What do you think about MSM appearing to be on our side? A squeeze is happening, etc., giving us confirmation bias, then hedgies manipulating stock to go sideways when we expect a moon. I don't want to corroborate stories that might be too crazy, but it certainly might be. It might be time to start thinking about it. Oh boy. This is the water with a hair in it. Oh yes, so Jay Phelps, you're up next. Rubu Chanan. Show your dog. Stay with me. Jay Phelps 23. God dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna look at your requests. Jay Phelps. Whoops. Oh my god, that was scary. This is why it's so hard to find people's dogs right now. Jay Phelps 23. Go. Oh my god. Matt Millie. Matt, what? Oh, there it is. Let me tell about my best friends. Let me tell you about my best friend, baby. Oh, this is cute. All right, Matt Millie, there you go. There's your dog. Okay. So. Yeah, stop predictions. No prediction. No attachment to dates. I'm very impressed with Matt Kors being able to spin like enough attention like all the time. It's very impressive. Okay. Yeah, welcome Ape. Welcome PvP Master 7165. GameStop seems to be, you know, honestly just trading a little sideways. It's up $2. AMC too. There's just not a lot of volume right now. There's just not a lot of people thinking about it. Well, I'm sure all of you are curious about this chicken nugget DD real quick. So you may argue that raising the price of tendies will cause consumers to switch to indirect substitutes such as hamburgers and hot dogs beyond meat, chicken, etc. You're correct about the rational consumer. However, I'm talking about is absolute, you know, after the squeeze, the vast majority of the nation's wealth will lie in the hands of WSB. WSB will be so rich that these other substitutes will become inferior goods, thus only driving the price of the tendies toward the moon. Too long didn't read. The short squeeze will transfer wealth to the WallStreetBets users, thus causing sudden surge of tendies demanded. Then following a shortage, the commodity will become invaluable, thus replacing the need for USD currency. Yes, I agree. I can't wait for the afterscape. El Rando R1, thank you. FUD spreading already. GME only 18% short. Blah blah blah. Ignore it. Hold. Buy the dip and supers for Meatball to get treats. Hashtag Meatball Mafia. Here you go, buddy. Please show my Otis pup. You didn't have my handle earlier, so he missed his moment of fame. KNation1112. Here you go. KNation 11112. I don't know why. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay. Kristen Welton. Okay. KNation1112. You're on deck. Just accept my request. Best timeline. AMC DD is in your Instagram messages. Yes, if only I didn't have hundreds of Instagram messages, but I will find them. My payday is Monday. Ooh. Meatball just stretched. So cute. So cute, Meatball. So cute. With his little tie. So adorable. So the game stopped? Well, the game is currently on pause. Today may not have been the moon, but next week something likely will happen. Something might happen. Aviv Mal says, can you explain the quadruple witching day? Do we expect share prices to go up during the day or on just on Monday after market close? Quadruple witching day is on Friday, and it happens 4 times a year, and it is when 4 different markets expire their contracts at the exact same time. And that is when we expect a lot of shares to trade hands, and that means volume, and volume means volatility. Not always, right? So that's why the logic of what I said is not always going to be true, but likely going to be true. J Phelps 23. I thought I already covered you. Maybe not. J Phelps. Okay, we're going to come back to K Nation in a second then. Josh Phelps. Okay, well, we're going to have to... I don't know why I can't find you. Kenny, you tell me which currently I don't know like where to like what your Instagram handle is. So Kenny, you, I'll show yours if you tell me your handle. So we did a whole technical analysis on GME and AMC just a second ago. Share this again. We're not quite done, but we will start wrapping up soon. Dano says, if Monday's a bloodbath, I'll be selling an option call at what I think will be a peak, but still holding my shares. Ooh, cool. Meatball Army. Yes. I cannot wait to talk about like after the moon. We're gonna be talking about like I don't know Palantir or Tesla or something. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, but these streams are not going anywhere after the moon. We're gonna keep talking about other stonks. Okay, is K Nation ready for me to show her dog? Yes. Aww, to the moon. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just show this dog. There we go. To the moon! Yay! So cute. And then I think J Phelps 23, you are next. Ignacio B. Meatball Army is going forward to war. Oh, if I'm downloading those dogs photos to my computer, be careful. I'm not. I'm just looking at them. I like dogs. Um. Oh hey, Taka Coca. Hope you like the Taco Cat. Oh my god, I can't read. Hope you like the price jump from 500K in AMC. I do. I do like it. Look at those green candles. Today's green candle was brought to you by something in the very beginning of the day, and they just basically stayed up there this entire time. It's kind of like throwing your friend like on the roof. They just go, and then they stay on top of the roof at all times. Cecilia Navarro says, "Get this boy for 69,000." I know out of 3,400 of you, most of you are already subscribed, I bet, because the market's already over. So everyone wants to enjoy their Friday. But maybe if some of you aren't yet subscribed, we are trying to get up to 53,000 right now. Let's see how close we are. Oh, we are only 60 subs away. One of you could be that sub. 60 more subs to 53,000. Let's do this. Okay. Jay Phelps. It's the math genius from The Big Short. Ooh, okay. Like the video, woot woot. Yeah, we still have not been able to get up to 5,500 likes. One day we will, though. All right, so this was cute doggo from K Nation. Now we gotta get Jay Phelps, 23. Josh Phelps. Yay! Finally, cool. Yes. Aww. Perfect. All right, we got all our dogs today. Phew! I am literally streaming right now just to make sure that the people who wanted to see their dogs are seeing their dogs right now. Boom. Yes. Okay. So once again, I hope you guys realize that the moon is in basically a beautiful theory that is quickly becoming more and more of a certainty. But we are still just dumb apes, not truly understanding anything. Right? In the past few days, we've seen a lot of volatility in terms of price predictions and DD that makes us like really hot and heavy and excited for the squeeze. But at the end of the day, the only person that can fully embrace that message and follow through are the thousands, if not millions, of apes out there that is currently holding on tight to those tendies. So if that defines who you are, fantastic. If it doesn't, and you think you might just be in it for the money, or if you get too scared and you want a paper hand later, hey, you know, we're not here to really judge you. We're just here to say, if you like this video, make sure to drop it a like. If you want to follow and start investing in yourself, right? The subscribe button is there to make sure you don't miss a single live stream chock full of good info. Delicious little info here. Oh, Trey is here. What's up, Trey? Trey, do you wanna jump in? What did Trey say? I was just about to finish up, but I guess Trey is here. Is he messaging me? Trey. Have you messaged me? Did you want to get in? Did you want to get in? Whenever I see Trey in the chat, I always miss his what he says. Nature Girl, what is your favorite long-term stock you have currently? I think I like PayPal a lot. PayPal's a solid stock throughout the entire financial crisis. Everyone's switching off from fiat. I think that's a pretty solid stock. Darth Trader, I think after this week, AMC roughly has 15 million in the money options, which would equate to 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion shares. Volume is around 450. I like everything you just said, but I don't really understand it, says Augustus Waller. What did I just say? I've been barely talking about technical stuff. Trey. So I text him and to see if he actually wants to get in. Not sure if he does. So I will chill for a little while longer just in case. Yeah. Meatball's wearing a tie. Oh. Did he say he wants in? Okay, here, how about this? I'll jump on a Zoom call now, and he's welcome to jump in. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, oh, oh. Boom, boom, boom. And that's all I think I can sing of that song. Trey, oh, is he texting me? Trey says, I'm down. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, in that case, Tremaine, hop on, bruh. Whoops. Okay, well, Trey just got a Zoom link from me, and now I'm gonna change the live so that we go. Whoa, hold on a sec. Trey is in here. Trey's Trades is here. Stonkvengers Endgame. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Trey McCracken. Meatballs, you looking. Boop this snoot. Meatball, come here. You want me to boop your snoot? Come on, buddy. Boop. He's sitting over here. Here, bud. Go get the treat. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
What's up?
Oh my. Hold on, I'm gonna pin you, then I'm gonna share you, and I'm gonna cherish you. What's going on, Trey?
Dude, straight chilling. I just got back from Oklahoma City. I was there for a cardiologist appointment. Just getting some stuff done for the old ticker. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that I've had some heart issues come and go, but life goes on. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry to hear that you have to deal with doctors, but if it's all clear above water, then I'm happy to hear that you're healthy, my friend.
Yeah, doing good for now. They're trying to figure out what to do with me for work. Unfortunately, I work a physical job. Obviously, that's part of the trade. So that no pun intended. But they're just trying to figure out if they can figure out some way to keep me going and active. And if they can't, then we'll move forward that way too. But if they found out that I've got supraventricular tachycardia, which is an irregularity of the heartbeat, so I'll have these things happen where it speeds up and slows down with any sort of stimulus. So they're trying to figure out what's causing that. And if they can find a way to maybe take some medication, or if I have to get a pacemaker made or whatever it might be. But just take it a day at a time, brother. Where life goes on. We got to get back to the action. AMC had itself a freaking day. Not bad.
Yeah, we are happy to see $11 where it was originally around $9 last week. So that's a solid growth.
It's a move, man. It's a move. I don't know what the numbers look like right now. Like I said, I've been in and out of doctor's offices all day, but man, you can't complain about that price action. That's not bad. I'm actually going to take a peek at what the short interest is looking like. Although, if you're not aware, Fintel may be misrepresenting some data.
Yes.
Ooh, who knows if we can even trust this stuff anymore?
Today, we've had some pretty negative sentiment on Fintel and Eyebrow Desk. Seems like it has been traversing around the forums these days.
Oh yeah.
So in that sense, what data can we trust? What's going on here?
Man, so this is what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is that Fintel is misrepresenting the short borrow fee rate. So right now it says it's at 1.97%. However, this morning when I woke up and I started my videos and I just got my stuff done for the day, it was at 4%. And I'd seen from multiple sources on Reddit, on Discord, on StockTwits, that when you call TD Ameritrade and they tell you what the short borrow fee rate is, it was between 15 and 20%, depending on when you called and that whole 9 yards. So that's nasty, man. That makes you really wonder, because that's a big discrepancy. Like, what data can you trust? And we've seen that come and go and change literally throughout time. Like I've seen that. I'm sure you have too, where depending on what source you look at, the short volume is different. The short borrow fee rate is different. I see this between FinCell and Ortex. Like, what do we even, what do we trust? I'll tell you what I'm going to trust the most is the price action. The price action is bullish, man. That's as good as it gets.
Price action is bullish, and that's what we like to hear. Now, we had some prominent celebrities on the chat yesterday, actually today, but mostly yesterday. We had both Pixel and Renzel, their moderators and people talking about GME, and they had some pretty bullish guesses on what was happening this week. Originally, the Gamma Squeeze was supposed to happen this week, according to Pixel, or at the very least, if it he made some important caveats. If it didn't happen, it is likely to be set up for next week. So without putting
reasoning?
The reasoning is that we've been covering it pretty extensively. So the original reasoning, in a nutshell, that doesn't do it proper justice, is that when the dip happened, there was a significant amount of call options piled on afterwards. Was his original intention. Someone activated SSR on purpose yesterday, and when he was on the chat, he was pretty bullish on the idea that someone activated SSR for today as well on purpose in the beginning of yesterday's trades. So if it seems like someone is doing this on purpose, it will likely be that the people that jumped on the call options when the dip happened are also specifically trying to make it Gamma Squeeze right now. The problem with that is when someone came out with a counter DD that call options are actually on a day-by-day public reporting basis, so we actually can't tell that they came on after the dip or during the dip, and we actually can't tell how many of these options are naked versus covered. So those are the most important caveats to that DD.
That's interesting, man. It's interesting that they gave a hard date, because that's putting yourself out there. That's interesting, because I don't think he would have said it if he didn't have some conviction. Obviously, we didn't have the squeeze today. It didn't happen for GameStop or AMC. But like you mentioned, if it didn't happen today, it sets us up for next week. That's interesting. I don't know if I would necessarily give a date, but I mean, you got to trust the guy doing his DD, I suppose. I'm going to stick to my guns and just play it day by day, and I don't think there's anything wrong either way. But man, that's some good thesis right there, and it's what we've been talking about for who knows how long. With the Gamma Squeeze, the call options being, I would say, the most important piece besides the short interest to developing this squeeze. So that's huge.
And in that sense, if we are, I'm trying my best today to be able to like move away from specific dates. What are the signals then if you were to look for a Gamma Squeeze like he's been looking for a Gamma Squeeze? What are the signals that are most important to you?
Signals for me, huge volume. So if you were to look at the chart setup, right, the volume that we saw today was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. I'm gonna look at how much we got. It looks like, God, my vision's so bad right now. 109 million total volume today, which is higher than yesterday, but that's not enough for a Gamma Squeeze. So if you look back on that first squeeze that we got back in January, late January, I would have said that'd be a mini short squeeze. So maybe you had like 20% of them cover positions, but they ended up reestablishing, as we know, at the top and working all the way down. But I'd say the majority of that was Gamma Squeeze. So that was a combination of in-the-money call options expiring and hedging taking place by those clearing houses that have to make sure they're maintaining their delta levels. I would say that shows you the picture, right? So if you've got that much call option coming in and that much hedging, that many shares expiring in the money, you're going to be looking at 400,000 to 500 million total shares. And I've said that over and over through my channel. I'm sure you have as well, that the volume is going to be key. You'll know when it's squeezing because it's going to be bam, you're going to hit like a truck, and the volume is going to be nuts. And we just haven't seen it yet. It's not there. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that volume to be a freight train. Like what we've been seeing, I think, in terms of price action, is just hype. It's just hype, man. Maybe we've had some like super ultra mini like Gamma Squeezes, but we just haven't had it yet. That's my opinion. We haven't had it yet.
So there were a couple of people worried about the shorts getting covered. I was reading them in the chat, but I'm like, I don't know enough about them to acknowledge them.
Right.
Have you been reading about that? Like AMC shorts are getting covered for some reason?
AMC shorts getting covered. So from what I know, right, if we look at the FinCell data, it says that there's 4.9 million total short shares available right now. However, something that I find interesting is that I've seen this circulating around, that there are currently more lenders that are giving shares out for lending than there were previously. So looking at iBorrow Desk right now, just looking at the data, let me put my freaking glasses on because I can't read this. That's 12. So today, the highest point was 6.5 million. We ended the day at 4.9 million. So it looks like there were still shorts that were adding to their positions. Maybe there were some that covered, but I think the greater hypothesis, and this is just a hypothesis, right? Since there's so much varying information, there's no way that anybody can tell you for sure. But my hypothesis would be that there's just more lenders that are giving more available shares, which is why the data looks different, right? So if you just take basic supply and demand, which is like that basic economic law, you've got more supply, there's less demand, right? And with more supply, there's less risk because there's more availability for shorts to add to their positions, to double down, which is going to lower their chances of coming out non-profitable. So the higher chance you've got for a short to come out profitable, the lower that short borrow fee rate comes. They look at a couple different things. It's overall short share availability, it's liquidity in the market, how many shares are available overall, right? And with that fee, according to FinTel anyways, right? It's maybe where you look gives you a different number, but according to FinTel, that number is going down, my guess, because there's just more short shares available in terms of lending availability. So if that's the case, what I would guess is you've got more clearinghouses or maybe more brokers that are just spotting shares. And if that would make sense to me, but let me know what you think, man. I'm sure you've been streaming for a couple hours. I bet you've already touched on it.
Yeah. So one of the major points that I've been trying to make it clear is that the FINRA report gives us a chance of looking at exactly how many shorts have been covered, right? And AMC has only been increasing since the last two FINRA reports. In the beginning, it was like 15, then it rose up to 16, and now it's at 19% percent of float. So in opposition to GME, that number, albeit minor, has been increasing, and GME has been slowly decreasing. So in that sense, GME still is larger by at least double than AMC, but that gives us a sense of exactly what these shorts are doing, covering or not.
Man, and this is what I'm telling you. Every time GameStop is ahead of AMC by like 5% on the day, I get people that say stuff like, man, I made a mistake by going to AMC instead of GameStop. And I'm like, dude, what? You gotta take a step back, guys. You gotta hold up. Take a step back and look at the big picture, right? So on a day-to-day basis, things are always going to be different. We can't just cherry pick the days when like, oh, GameStop's outperforming by this much for 10 freaking minutes. Like, no, this is why I stand by AMC so much, because the overall short interest numbers are actually better, and they have been for weeks. Like the utilization on Ortex for GameStop has been like 70 to 75% for a long time now. And AMC has just been climbing. It's just been getting double down on. I think the main difference is two possible things, right? I think you've got a lower overall float for GameStop, which is people take that into heart. They're like, okay, lower float means higher squeeze potential. So that attracts more interest, right? Because GameStop gets a pretty similar amount of volume compared to AMC, even though it's more expensive. So it has higher moves. And I think that's just because it has that higher sentiment, because people are attracted to that lower float. But what people don't consider, which is important, is the counterfeit shares, the synthetic shares that are circulating in the market. Mm-hmm. And that very, very easily could be creating this false selling pressure. And there actually could be way less supply than we actually realize, because there are so many people holding AMC or GameStop. I mean, it works for both of them. I'm not going to say that GameStop's not going to squeeze. I think it's obvious that both are going to do it. When? Yeah, nobody can tell you that. I hope at different times, but I'm still more bullish on AMC. I stand by that. I really do.
And that's the truth, Ruth, right? We have experts from all over the place. Trey is the AMC godfather, and we have the godparents of Renzel and Pixel earlier today about GME. A lot of people were asking about AMC questions earlier today, so that I'm glad that we have Trey with us now. A lot of people are asking about the fact that, you know, if one of these squeezes, it should be able to catalyze the other squeeze, because hell, if my position in GME squeezes, I'm just going to put it straight into AMC because of the squeeze potential. So would you do the same? You'll have that one beautiful share of GME. If AMC ends up squeezing first, you're going to go into GME instead?
Dude, if AMC squeezes before GameStop, I'm going to take that freaking pile of cash, and I'm going to quadruple, 10x that, 100x that, whatever the number is. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, why would you not? You know, if AMC or GameStop, if GameStop squeezes first, I'll take my one share of GameStop and I'll take the profits and I'll dump that into AMC, because I really do think you're going to have that transition. Why wouldn't you? I mean, both AMC and GameStop on Reddit and Discords, stock twits, wherever you're going, right? They're both being talked about heavily. They're both being very, very heavily focused on. So I think if one ends up running, people aren't just going to be like, well, I missed out on that chance. If it runs, people are going to be like, well, there's a second opportunity right here. You know, depending on what happens with the DTCC, I mean, if those rules end up taking away the squeeze potential, I guess that would be like the one situation where it doesn't happen. But I think both are already way too far set. Like the naked shorting has already been happening. There's already failures to deliver. There's synthetic shares floating around the market, and that's why AMC is doing the recount, right? Because they anticipate that. And yeah, 100%. I think if one squeezes before the other, I'm just going to transition over, and I think a lot of people will do the exact same thing.
And that's the beautiful part. We do not want them to squeeze at the same time. One will likely squeeze, causing the other one to squeeze afterward. And that is just about how much money everybody's got. And speaking of which, Americans just got a ton more money. $1,400 stimmies. Stimmies are already starting to show up in people's accounts. And we probably talked about this already, but just give everybody your thoughts again. What is those stimmies going to do for us?
The stimulus checks are huge, man. They're so huge. And I think something that's really important to talk about is the age of people that are investing in the market. There are so many young investors that are stepping in between, I would say, the age of 16 and 30. People that had never touched the market before that got in because they heard about AMC or GameStop or the meme-ageddon, whatever you want to say, the Reddit rally. And because of that, you've got these 18 to 30-year-old people who are getting stimulus checks of $1,400. And I would imagine a huge amount of them are going to put that into the market. And that is because we've had this huge surge in interest regarding investing. That's huge. And that's going to do not just good things for AMC and GameStop, but I think good things for the economy. So what I think about is, inflation, right? What's happening with inflation? That's one of the big pieces of why people were scared about this market correction was inflation, a tech bubble, and bonds going up. So when bonds go up, usually the stock market goes down. But because of this inflation, people are freaking out, and that's why we had that market correction. People pulled out, right? And things are already back on their way, starting to move up again. Well, how you can combat inflation is by putting money into the market, right? Because what happens? Well, if you just got a $1,400 check and you decided to be a consumer, instead of just putting it into something that's an investment, you just consume. You go buy your coffee, you go buy your PS4, your Nike shoes, whatever it might be. That's just money that goes back out into the void and circulates. And that they had to print that money, right? So that's created cash. They put themselves in debt, the country in debt, in order to get that cash out. Well, then inflation is 100% a thing. But if you take that cash and you put it into the market, that's money that the economy will never see. So essentially, it's been created, but it's not circulating. So it doesn't cause that inflation rate because there's not that increase in supply. That supply has been cut off. It's over here in the market. So it's not part of that economy that consumers supply. That's huge. So it's good for AMC and GameStop. And honestly, the whole market as a whole, I think you're going to see a huge surge over the next couple, I would say maybe at least a week, probably 2 weeks. And it's great for the economy because it's going to help combat that inflation rate, which is a big deal. I'm pumped about it. I hope, I pray that some people, that they put that in the market, because that's what I would do if I received a stimulus check. I'll tell you that right now.
That stimulus check is likely going to be, exactly like you said, pumped directly back into the stocks. In fact, I even did a quick poll and said, any of you who are going to use your stimmy checks to invest back right into GameStop or AMC? We saw a ton of chilies in the chat, and that is just an informal poll, but we saw a good amount of people with that sentiment.
That's good stuff, man. I don't remember the exact numbers, so don't quote me on this, but I remember seeing a poll. It was an article, and it was talking about how many people would reinvest their stimulus check into the market. And I think it was something like 40%. 40% of people in that poll were planning on taking at least some of their stimulus check and putting it into the market. So if you just had, I don't know, let's say, I don't know how many people are receiving a check. We'll lowball it. We'll say there's 350 million people in the U.S., and you got 5% of them, 5%. So what is 10%? That'd be 35, so that's 17.5 million. If all of them put $100 into the market, that's a huge influx of cash, man. Huge. And that's just if they took like 10% of their overall stimulus check and put it in the market. And that's taking 10% of the U.S. population. And maybe that's a little bit of an estimation. You could even back it down from there, and I think you'd be solid. But nonetheless, that's massive. I see no way that it can't affect the market in some sort of way.
And that's the crazy part, which is like, what was the point of the stimulus check again? Like, to help people pay rent and do other stuff. Like, that is a guaranteed not going to go back in the stock market. And yet, with that poll, a lot of people are going to directly maybe go past their... I know there's people that don't need this money for the rent, don't need their money for basic like food and stuff. But then there are also people that do need it specifically to pay for rent, but they're going to put it in the stock market anyway. And that is just how it is, right? Free money that hasn't been earmarked for anything is likely going to be used sometimes irrationally. And whether that's going to be good for the economy or good for that individual person is yet to be seen.
Right, man. The stimulus checks are good. They were late to the game. I mean, at this point, COVID quarantine, it's starting to wrap up. We've got vaccines rolling out. You've got the Moderna, you've got the Pfizer. I think that OCGN is getting COVID vaccine pushed into the States relatively soon here. which they're even speeding up. They're improving that process. So instead of 2 shots, you'll end up getting 1. The country's reopening. I think Texas actually just reopened the entire state. Yeah. They're good to go. No more mask mandate, none of that stuff. And that's going to be the beginning of that snowball effect where the country reopens. So I'm not mad that people got the stimulus check. In fact, I'm glad. I wish they would have done it sooner. I wish they would have done that a lot sooner. And what's frustrating is you had all this stuff going on with the Meme-ageddon, the Reddit rally, right? And politicians, legislators popped on that just like that. When it affects the big man's money, it's game over. They got to cover that stuff. But people out here bleeding for literally a straight year, and it took us this long to get this pushed, which is just like, what are you guys doing? You know, what have you been doing right now? Just sitting here chilling. That's crazy.
Yeah. One of the bigger ideas is when we are starting to build this like plan for the greater like next part of pandemic relief. I know that the president of the United States was talking about like opening up 4th of July so you can have your backyard with a barbecue and have a cookout for everybody. Like that seems like so far away. It's already March, so that means it's only going to be another 4 months roughly. But that seems like so far away to be able to actually like interact with people and say hello again. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are going to be very socially awkward, if it is a nice way to put it, when the entire world starts to reopen. I think a lot of people are asking questions about how does this bode for next week. So Monday, are we expecting a dip? Are we expecting what kind of price action to prepare us, one, not only for the congressional hearing that is going to be part 2 of that House of Representatives hearing, but then, of course, the quadruple witching day, which is going to be a big day. I started realizing that his pose was a little too static, so I think I lost him. I was like, Trey, you can say anything you want, but then I think he hopped off. Or perhaps I lost him somehow. I am still streaming though, so it might not be me. But Trey has the link. He'll be back in just a second, I expect. Let's see. Oh, Trey says, my computer turned off. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Take your time, bro. While we are waiting, what is going on, guys? We have Trey's Trades with us right now. Let me clean this up a little bit for Trey. This is just a little messy right here. So it's Melvin Capital. Doesn't want me to stream anymore, Melvin. Melvin Capital doesn't want me to stream. Very annoying. Please don't take all our money, guys. This is my first Melvin Capital comment. That was pretty funny. Okay, so double down their position here. Brandon's already been shown once. It's this one. This is Brandon. Oh, there he is. Okay, now we're back. Heck yeah.
All right, I'm back.
What's going on? You're closer than before. Hold on, I need to change my crop. Hold on. There we go. All right, so
there.
I think I was asking.
I accidentally unplugged my computer. I apologize.
Oh, I do that too.
I don't know how I did that. I guess my foot caught the bottom of the whatever. Who knows?
That's funny. So I think I was asking a question about Monday. What do you think is going to happen Monday? I'll skip this fluff. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening next week. What's going to happen on Monday?
Monday, man, great question. So I want to take a quick peek at what the market looked like here today. I want to see what the NASDAQ looks like because typically AMC mirrors the NASDAQ pretty well. So if the NASDAQ has a red day, typically AMC will be pretty flat. It might not even be red really bad, but it'll be down maybe 1%, you know? So let me just take a quick peek. I want to pull this up and see what we saw in terms of action today. I think the NASDAQ was mostly green. It was, yeah. So we had a little bit of a hammer candle, which is actually good. I like that. I would say it's going to be a green day. I'd say it's going to be a green day. So the NASDAQ right now, what we had is the second green day in a row, just barely the second green day in a row. But I think it'll mirror that. I wouldn't know what to expect in terms of price. I don't want to give a hard price target by any means. However, I think it's pretty safe to say we could test $12. I mean, we almost did it today, especially with those call options expiring in the money. We had a crap ton of them. I don't know the exact number. I haven't done the math by any means. Like I said, I was pretty much busy all day, but take it day by day. You know, if we even have a red day on Monday, we still got to think big picture. We got to think big picture and just keep working towards that goal. So I would say next week is a better kind of guess as to what we're going to move towards. And I think it's just going to be a continuation. We're building that spring. We're loading it up, getting that bulldozer revved. It's filling the gas tank, Just going to keep putting some gas in that gas tank. So I'm excited, man.
So a couple people are probably a little concerned about the amount of options that have expired today that were not in the money. I'm assuming that 11 was an important number for AMC and for GME. Even people that were on the stream earlier were asking about, what do I do with a $350 call option that is expiring tomorrow? Pretty sad, but unfortunately, if those contracts are basically now gone, poof, out of the option chain, what does this bode for the gamma squeeze?
So people had $250 call options that expired in the money, right?
I said like 300 and 350, like those that are expired.
Oh, yeah. So those are gone. They're not worth much at this point. So there's a couple different strategies you can play in terms of call options. If you want to play it on a week-to-week basis, I would say don't set them so high unless you're only going to play with a little bit of money. If you're going to set really far out of the money call options, don't play with a lot. I mean, those cheap premiums are really sexy, but the chances of it, coming to fruition, pretty low. The safer way to play options to me is to either buy them just barely in the money or just barely out the money. So for AMC right now, what would catch my eye is we closed today at $11. If I was going to purchase some in the money call options, I would look maybe at that $10 strike, that $9 strike. And if it goes up around $1, I mean, you profit off of that. You can take your profits and then reinvest it into more call options down the road or into more shares. And either way, you're helping the cause because those still need to be hedged for. They still need to be purchased so they can meet the collateral by the off chance you do want to exercise those. Especially if they're already in the money. I mean, as it continues to grow, you're contributing to the cause because with the more options you have, they still have to continue to hedge. So that's one way. Out the money, I would say just barely out the money. So they've got this $12 strike. They've got the 12.5, 13. I think all of those look pretty nice. I wouldn't be mad about that. Personally, I would probably roll with the 12 or the 12.5. I like to set them too far out the money, but you do end up paying a little higher of a premium for those if you do want to do it. So it's all up to you. It's all about risk management. You want to roll something less risky, you got to keep it closer to the current market value.
I was finally strolling through the front page of Reddit yesterday, and actually one of the posts, I'm not sure if it was on WallStreetBets, but it was someone who said, I finally found out how to do a call option, and he had a bunch of calls, but he was down 60,000, and then the first comment was like, unfind out how to do call options.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I've seen these memes. It's just hilarious. It says, can you guess when I learned about call options? And it shows the guy's like 1 year portfolio, and it was like $90,000 for like 6 months. He went up to 100K, and then just a huge plummet down to like 5,000. I was like, no. I think I found when you switched back from call options. That was all shares. You just bought into a stock that went to zero, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's why I'm really careful about call options, man. I mean, if you're an absolute master, you could destroy the market with call options. But to me, that's like literal gambling. Like you're betting on a stock going up or down, and if you're wrong, you just lose that cash. And there's so many unpredictable, uncontrollable things about the market, which is why I use it as a supplement and not a foundation. So it's up to you, but I'd rather hold physical shares, especially for something like AMC, because the timeline is so kind of ambiguous. We just don't know when things are going to happen. So just play it by day, day by day by day. Play safe with call options, in my opinion. If you're going to set out extremely out the money call options, set them for a later expiration, pay the higher premium. It's 100% worth it because you don't want to be stuck with, just losing $90,000 or whatever it is. That sucks. Like nobody wants that for you,
And speaking of Monday, Mikey says Monday's gonna go nuts. Timmy's gonna hit so many tendies. Ha ha ha. He says in parentheses trade laughs. Ha ha ha. Let's go. Man. He says shout out to Jersey, PA. Are you from Jersey, Trey?
No, man. I'm from Minnesota.
Okay, that's right.
I'm surprised you can't hear that.
No, I was wondering. I was
living in the South for so long. I'm just losing my accent. Who knows?
Well, I expect it goes Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Minnesota. You got it. I think it's some of the lingo. I say some things from Minnesota that people always look at me pretty funny for here. Like, what the hell did you just say, man? Like, you ever heard cowabunga? You don't know what hot dish is? Come on.
That's hilarious.
Life goes on. Yeah, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago. Hey, man. How about that? You don't live too far away from where my girlfriend grew up, which is cool.
The furthest, like, I've gone around the Midwest, so I've gone to like Wisconsin Dells, of course, obviously. But one time I drove all the way to Madison, Wisconsin. It was one to go through the like this like beer. It felt like beer heaven, is what I would say. It's like this very strange place with like people blowing these very long horns, like the Swiss Alps, and it had like the old monk way of brewing beer. But I was actually passing by that to get to Shrek Fest in Madison, Wisconsin.
Shrek Fest.
Yeah.
That's like, how about that?
It was like an onion eating contest. There was like a there was like a Rocky Horror kind of like call and response movie showing, and it was pretty great.
There you go, man. I've got I got some love for Wisconsin. It's not bad. Besides the Packers and cheese, whatever, they're overrated. But I know there's gonna be some people in the chat. They're like, boo, this guy's done. Canceled. Cancel culture. It's over.
It's all good.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's a good area. I've been to Chicago a couple times.
It's I don't have many nice things to say about Chicago's weather. Anytime I say
Windy City, yeah.
It's the polar vortex a couple years ago. God, that was horrible. Oh my God, -50
Dude,
degrees.
I remember. We had that in Minnesota too. There was 2 straight weeks 2 years ago where the warmest it got was -30.
-30 is basically, if you guys aren't aware, where Celsius meets Fahrenheit. So when people are asking like, what is -30 what? And you're like, yes, -30 is the temperature.
Yeah, right. Dude, it's brutal. It's tough. It's tough. Roll Johnny's. Eric seems to know where I'm from. That's cool.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, I went to St. John's. He said Roll Johnny's, so how about that?
Oh, Roll Johnny's it is. Let's talk about let's just bring it back to Stonks real quick. Let's talk about the idea that dip on Wednesday was coordinated. We got to talk about it briefly over on your channel. I couldn't stay for very long. I only had 15 minutes over there. So first of all, apologies for coming in and having the dip. But what do you think about?
No, you're good.
What do you think about dips in general? What is that dip going on, and was it coordinated?
So that Wednesday dip on AMC, oh, that's so sketchy, man. That sketched me out, especially because it dropped 9.5%, just enough that it didn't trigger the short sale rule, which is really interesting. The only thing that kind of throws me off is that it didn't reflect on the next 2 days price action. So if that was a coordinated attack, I'm wondering why Thursday and Friday, we didn't see more of a negative price action. I mean, Thursday was a little red. I mean, we were down a little bit. We went from open around, let's see, 1080, closed 1016, so down a little bit. But why do that at that point? If they were trying to just hammer down enough so they don't trigger that short sale rule, but then they allowed today and yesterday to be, not a big deal. We said that we still ended up green. We closed at over $11. Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of sketchy. I do think it was coordinated though, because that much of a sell-off is not natural. That is not a natural sell-off. You don't just drop. I mean, we were at 1209 when you had that sell-off on AMC on Wednesday, and it was winding up, like just getting ready to test a break over resistance at 1220 mark. And it wound it up all the way up to 1219. I don't know if that's the right word or not. And then just bam, just a crazy like flash crash. Another 951. Not natural. That does not happen. That's not people taking profits. That's not people paper handsing that. That's just not it. There's not that many people, especially over lunch break. That's what's really goofy about it. This happened during lunch break is when we saw almost the most volume on the day. Wild.
Now the fact oh, sorry, keep going.
You're good.
Okay. The fact that you said it was it almost got to 10% and got on the SSR list is the sus part, is almost the exact opposite of what people think about GME, where it got down to 10% and immediately bumped back up. That was the sus part for a lot of people, almost as if that was intentional to bring it onto the SSR list.
I think they both were. And it's interesting to me that GameStop ended up having that flash crash and it did hit that 10%. And AMC didn't. It just barely missed it. So I'm wondering, I mean, it had to have been the same sort of coordination because they both just flash crashed at the exact same time, from $348 down to $172. God, that's disgusting. That's so bad. But why did GameStop do it and AMC didn't? The only thing that I can think of is if you've got different institutional investors that are trying to set that up, but they're just trying to squeeze one at a time. Because why would you trigger that short sale rule on just one but not the other if that was a coordinated attack? You know what I mean? I don't think that was a mistake. I don't think they would have just stopped it at 9.5% and been like, well, screw it. We miscalculated, ran out of dry powder. You know what I mean? It's just kind of goofy to me, Especially because AMC and GameStop aren't really following the same trajectory anymore. They have different fluctuations. They grow different amounts. Sometimes one's going up while the other's going down, but they both flash crash at the same time, which leads me to believe it's the same big wigs that are playing the game. So, oh man, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Why you think that one hit the short sale rule and one didn't?
That is, well, first of all, let me get Meatball back here. The Meatball,
I had a
professor.
Italian sub with meatballs in it today. That was good.
An Italian sub. This is a sign. Everybody, hit that Italian subscribe button down there.
I love it. That's cool.
Man. And if you guys haven't yet, this is Trey Trades. He is a genius, big brain AMC godfather of that stonk. So go ahead and give him that big old subscribe. I know he is. You guys are looking at a big giant of YouTube right here, but he's been so kind to me. Go ahead and show him some love. The answer to that question of why did one hit the SSR list and one did not? Well, GME fell from 350 all the way down to 170, right? So that is down 50%. And then did it recover back up? That would have been 100% recovery, right? It didn't. It only went up back to like 200-ish and change. So that said, that huge of a drop would have been beneficial the day after, but it happened on Wednesday to bring it onto the SSR list. And that meant that the stock could not be shorted on downticks anymore. The fact that somebody did that right there, it was the subject of Pixel's DD of when the stock dropped, a lot of additional call options piled on. However, the causal relationship between the dip and the additional call options is difficult to point to. But at the very least, there is more, right? And there is more for a coordinated reason. A bunch of apes just saw all of these halts and were diamond cojones and said, you know, this is not going to be forever. I'm going to buy a ton of call options. Like, who has all that money unless it was a coordinated attack? So that is what the current theory is, that this is on purpose, right? Driving it down to 170, shaking off all the paper hands, and making it clear that this is a stock that is resilient. At the very least, it gave some people confidence, and it shook the confidence of a lot of other people, so that in the future, maybe the only people that are confident left in the stock will be able to go to Valhalla together with their diamond hands.
I think that's a good hypothesis, man. I like that. It's interesting that you mentioned shaking the paper hands, because at some extent, not to bash anybody, everybody's got a different financial situation, and I don't want to make anybody feel pressure for stepping out of the game. Like, if it's something that you got to step away from, whether it's for financial reasons, emotional reasons, mental health reasons, that's cool. Like, I get it. It's all good. But at the end of the day, the paper hands thing, which you're talking about, could potentially affect the squeeze. You never know. I mean, at some extent, if you have a squeeze happening and then everybody pulls out because they feel like, well, I'm up 50%, I'm going to take my profits, that could affect the squeeze to some extent. I mean, institutional investors are going to control it way more than the retails, obviously. And when they step out, you're going to notice, because the stock will most likely, take a pull. But retail investors do still hold a pretty fair share of the overall float of both GameStop and AMC. So if they're trying to shake that so that more people hold, I can see it as a possible strategy. That's definitely possible. And it held up really well after that. I mean, it kept on moving on this nice ascending channel, setting higher lows and higher highs every single day. And it had a false break over basically a level of resistance when that flash crash happened at $280. Currently trading at 264, and it had that false breakover, and it's just hugging right beneath that line right now. So it's set up, man. I don't mind that. The only thing that I don't particularly like is that GameStop is so expensive. And what sucks about GameStop being so expensive is you probably won't have as many retail investors that step into it, because it does trade for $280. Imagine that GameStop eventually hits $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. There are people out there that won't buy Amazon or Alphabet because they trade for so freaking high, To that extent, it's just going to come down to either A, you continue to hold and the shorts just have to buy back from you whenever you have your sell limit set to, or B, you've got the freaking whale stepping in and pushing I almost pushed my cup over, pushing the freaking ocean into land. A tsunami will happen, Right. But that's what scares me a little bit about GameStop, is it's already so expensive that at some point you're going to run out of dry powder for these retail investors.
And that is one of the the focuses right now, is that there's a money race. Can we stay smooth brained longer than they can stay solvent? Right, that's the question there. And one of the thoughts that when we had when we had the GME experts on the show before, Rentals in particular thought that, what if the play right now for these hedge funds is to try to start protecting their money, right? Move it to offshore accounts, like move it to a place where they cannot be, where they can maybe start a new after this whole GME thing happens. But if they go bankrupt, then that doesn't really matter. So what is the point of holding out right now? The hedge funds clearly can cover these shorts right now without going bankrupt. So why don't they do it before the inevitable happens? What do you think?
Fear, greed. All people are the exact same, man. Just because they wear a suit and a tie and they run a business does not mean they're subject to the same human emotions that a retail investor is. I've read some interesting DDs on Reddit where people are talking about certain instances where they worked for a hedge fund or they were an analyst or they just have insider information, and these people would rather have their pride intact. They don't want to get smoked on their pride and admit they lost. And they'd rather play the fear-greed game and double down on their convictions and say, piss on you guys, we're going to win this end game. And we talked about this on your stream. You said it. And I thought that was the most intelligent thing, dude. You said if these shorts didn't cover AMC at $5, why would they consider doing it right now at 11? You know what I mean? If they didn't think that $5 was low enough, why would they cover at 11? And it's for the exact reason that you said. It's fear and greed, man. It's fear and greed. They would have covered it at 5 if they thought, you know what? We did good. We're profitable now. But they didn't, and they're definitely not going to do it now when they're probably some of them in the negative. I mean, at this point, if they were doubling down and they were shorting the stock at $5, which we saw the short volume way back then, according to Fintel, who knows if it was accurate or not? We'll take it for what it is. But the short volume was still high. We saw between 15 and 30% almost every single day. So we know that it was still getting shorted, even though it was just consolidating for 8 straight days. They didn't cover at $5. Why would they cover at 11? Fear and greed. They want to make some freaking cash and they want to burn people.
So I love that. I love that approach. I think that there's a lot of truth to exactly that theory. Why, if they didn't cover back then, why would they cover now? Well, the back then was that we were in a very weak position, and they were like, we can just hold on a little longer. It's very expensive for us to cover, and it's a lot easier for us to just keep this this war of attrition going. However, now it's starting to seem a little inevitable, right? If I was a smart hedge fund, I would just cover. Because at the very least, then my hedge fund doesn't go explode. My grandfather's hedge fund doesn't blow up in my face. So that is a question about the actual 4D chess that hedge funds are playing. They are paid to outthink us, right? So at the end of the day, Game of Thrones references aside, I know Game of Thrones as reference, one of them would be relevant here, which is all of these armies think that they have a key advantage, right? And then you can have the Battle of the Blackwater actually show off their tricks that we didn't expect them to have. And we keep asking about, what are these hedge fund tricks? What can they actually do? Because they must have something that they're preparing to do. What do you think that they are preparing to do? What would you do if you were in their shoes?
If I was a hedge fund right now and I had a short position, what would I do? God, that's a good question. You got some good questions, man. What a freaking channel host. Appreciate you having me on, by the way.
Oh, of course.
If I was a shorter and I was a hedge fund, I think that I would just flip the table. I would go long. I would, and I think that there are some that have done it and there are some that haven't. But if I was a shorter and I was down a crap ton of money, I would just buy a piss ton of call options. I would buy enough call options to double my position where I'm short. And they could do it if they wanted. They 100% could. And what would happen, they've got billions of dollars at their disposal. They can play with money. If they wanted to, they can't do it, obviously, for legal reasons, but they could literally just dump billions of dollars in this and do it. The stock game would be over, but that's probably not illegal, Anyways, they could buy enough call options. Let's say they got 1 million short shares and they bought 2 million shares worth of call options. Well, now they're long on their position. And because of that, right, you can push a gamma squeeze, you can push the stock price up, and they can cover on half of those, be profitable, go long on those other shares, maybe exercise them or sell them back to somebody else. Then they're profitable, and they're able to ride the wave up instead of fighting against the grain. And I think there are hedge funds that have done that. I think there are institutional buyers out there that are looking to cutthroat this game and kill people. Not necessarily retail investors, but that are going long and have flipped the table because they see it going this way. I think that's why I've seen different analysts that are saying this is either a hold or a buy. I mean, you've got those news sources that are like, yeah, this is stupid. It's going to 1 penny. Have you seen that 1 cent dude yet? Have you seen that guy that's predicting that AMC goes to 1 penny?
I have heard about him.
What a joke. Yeah. Man, I laugh so freaking hard. I can't believe that is that's even a thing. But if I was a short position, I'd go long big time. And Who knows if Melvin Capital or Citadel are still short on this position? I would guess they are. I mean, just based on the way that they talk on these interviews and their hearings. But there's obviously institutional investors that are still short on this, and I think they're just not doing the right thing. There's so much attention here, and there's so many institutions that we know have bought into this long. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. You can see them grasping at straw, trying to do everything they can to piss pound this thing down to the dirt. You know, all these hit pieces coming out, the news articles, the TV shows that are saying, oh, it's going to 1 penny, it's game over. All these retail investors are just a bunch of smooth brains, don't know what they're doing. Stupid Robinhood, blah blah blah. Like, you guys, you know what it is, but it's just garbage.
So math-wise, we love math here. Math-wise, let's say that they try to do that. They try to buy, I don't know what would make sense, like $300 call options. They would have to buy like a lot of $300 call options because they are currently, the delta between their shorts and the price is like 260, basically, like almost the entire thing. And for AMC as well. Do you know where the majority of the shorts are for AMC, the original price?
Where they were bought at?
Yeah.
That's a good question. So we can look at AMC short interest on Market Beat, and it gives you kind of a rough estimate. However, the issue being that it doesn't quite line up, like the price that they give doesn't always line up with the dollar volume sold short and then the total volume. Right. So if we look at the 26th of February, it says that there was 55.49 million total shares sold short. And if we just take that dollar volume sold short, it says 546 million. It says the price on report date was 985. So I'm going to do the math here and see what that comes out to. 55, 490.
We love math. This is the math.
I know, it's so tough.
Math. Speaking of which, thank you guys for the ones that are sending supers. I want to be respectful to Trey. I will read through some of them in just a second. Oh, Kelly Fran says, love you both and thanks for the information. I can read that one.
You can read these real quick. I keep mistyping because I can't read my screen.
Oh, good. So someone's Gerbert is asking about costs. We'll add that to the backlog. And Bill Shaw is saying, seeing rumors on Reddit that Melvin is moving 401ks to different brokers effective March 18th, preparing for bankruptcy. This is a question that I do want to cover with Trey in a second.
Sure. Okay, so what we have now is the report date. February 26th, there was 55.49 million total shares sold short, 546 million total in volume, and the average price on that was 985. So that's the most recent information that we have available in terms of short interest history. So 985 is what they shorted at. So they're definitely not profitable on those at least 55.49 million total shares sold short. I don't know if this is including the synthetic shares, if this is including the IOUs, the FTDs. Nobody can tell you that, right? There's no way to really know. But if that's the case, they're not profitable. They're not profitable. So it's interesting. Even with that flash crash that happened, I mean, maybe they all covered at 950, but I don't think so. I mean, you would see the utilization and that shares go basically to zero, which it hasn't. I mean, Ortex is still sitting at 94% right now. So I think that most of them are probably still negative.
So in that sense, right, it's kind of like the amount of calls you have to GME is famous because there's just so many shares shorted as a percent of the float, right? And if I understand call options correctly, there's probably a limit to how many you can do, right? Depending on how many shares could possibly even be bought. So if let's say that you needed twice as many call options at a specific price to offset the amount of damage the shorts would cost, like math-wise, does that even still make sense for hedges to try to do?
So from my understanding, where a lot of these FTDs are coming from, and what's really, really interesting about the situation is that clearinghouses can essentially write up as many call options as they want, which is where that FTD, the failure to deliver, comes into play. So originally, when you have an IOU that's written out to somebody, it's not malicious in any sort of way. Their basic premise, I think you've already covered this, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know the whole game. I don't even have to walk through it for you, obviously. But for anybody who doesn't know, the original intent was not necessarily malicious. It was basically like, okay, I know that I've got a certain amount of shares coming in tomorrow or the next day, so I'm gonna write on an IOU knowing that I've got that collateral coming in the next day. Well, it began to get a little bit malicious, right? People would just write out IOUs to people, even knowing that they don't have the collateral and they're not gonna get the collateral anytime soon. So I think that's the danger of call options, and where some of these clearinghouses are getting into trouble because they can infinitely write up these call options, even if it goes beyond the total shares that they have available and the total float percentage. And if you think about put options, right? I didn't track GameStop at the time when it was having that crazy short interest, but I would imagine the put options on GameStop were nuts. I bet you that's where a lot of that short interest came from, was put options. And AMC's, put options, if we were just to look at the options chain from 12 March, what are we looking at? Pretty decent amount of put options, which a lot of them ended up expiring worthless, by the way. $67,000 at $8 alone, 16,000 at 10, 18,000 at 9. I would imagine that a lot of these are where you're getting some of these hedge funds and institutions that are like trying to hide their short interest. They're doing these put options. So 67,000 put options for AMC, $8. That's a lot of shares, man. That's freaking 6.7 million alone just from that. And that doesn't even get reported on the short interest data because it's not actual shorted shares. They're options. And these clearinghouses can write these up infinitely, which is the real danger, man. And that's where a lot of these FTDs, failures to delivers, the synthetic shares could circulate. That's monumental. Does that answer your question? I always ramble. You know how it goes, Andrew.
No,
anytime you bring me on, you just have to expect that happens, I guess.
No, I like that answer. I like how, there's just a ton of math behind the options that the hedge funds can try to go through. So hopefully that gives you a sense of like, if you were a hedge fund, what kind of shenanigans would you be up to? Jessica says that I know this is focused on AMC and GME, but she's excited to hear what your thoughts are on your girl Microvision today, Gorilla Gang Gang.
What a nasty day. My girl Mavis, dude. Mavis had herself a freaking evening. Brought herself out to the ball, wearing her nicest dress, drank a couple bottles of wine, not glasses, man. Oh, it was a good day. She went up to $18.22, winding back up. All those people out there that thought Microvision was a dead cat, patience. You just gotta wait it out. This is just the beginning, man. I love it. I love it. Volume on this was insane today. We saw a total of 20 million shares, so not bad. Nothing crazy, compared to the highest day that we've seen, but starting to pick up.
Is there a reason why this is happening?
I mean, tech stock, man, and tech stocks had an insane correction. I mean, I'm sure you've obviously heard about it. Everybody's heard about it. The tech bubble, right. Whatever. Microvision ended up correcting from $24 down to $10. To me, too much, too fast. That's what it comes down to. When you get back too much, too fast, usually it goes the exact opposite way when you come back up. A lot. You rebound hard, man. It's doing that. It's bouncing from $10 up to that 18 mark. I don't think it's done either. I think the next week is going to be really bullish. I put out a video talking about the market correction and just talking about all the reasons why these people are talking about, oh, this is going to be the crash, just like the pandemic, yada, yada, yada. What catalyst do you have for that? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. You had three things, in my opinion. You had the tech bubble, and that comes from so I kind of see the market as we're two ponds right now, and you've got somebody that has their feet in both ponds. They're dipping in both ponds. The old pond would be your what was that?
Double dipping.
Yeah, you got it, man. Double dipping. They've got their feet in both ponds. They're just sitting cross-legged with both feet in. One of these ponds is the old school fashion investing. You've got your retail manufacturing. You've got your big banks, just that old basic stuff. New pond, innovation, technology. And we're kind of that middle ground right now with the market and the country and the economy where we haven't quite made that transition over to technology and innovation. And people are freaking out a little bit. Usually, I would say hesitation equals bearish territory. People don't like uncertainty. So with uncertainty, people pull out. They're like, I don't know if this is going to keep running, so I'm done. And that's just a snowball that feeds into itself. And technology took the biggest hit on that. I'd say technology and pharmaceuticals. So those pharmaceutical companies out there that are innovators, they're trying to make a difference in the world. They all crashed. And it's a combination of that, inflation rates. People are concerned about a 5% inflation rate or whatever. And then bonds going up. So bonds going up, in turn, decrease the market value, because you can think about it like this. You've got different sort of, big circles that are trying to fight for your money. So if the house market is a buyer's market, typically the actual market, like a stock market, will reflect on that, right? House market goes up, stock market will kind of, stay flat, go down. Bonds go up, stock market will go down. And because of that, the bonds going up, people were like, the stock market, is maybe a little bit inflated right now. So that was a little bit of overreaction. I don't think that's anything near warranted for a stock market crash. If you think about the pandemic, man, we had Capitol Hill getting raided back in November, and you saw that reflect back then. That was a crazy, crazy correction. Back during March, you had entire states saying, shut down everything for 30 days, no stores open, we wear a hazmat suit, right? that warrants a market crash. But what's going on right now that warrants that, that's why we're seeing that crazy bounce on microvision, because people are like, okay, you probably got some institutions stepping back into the game. They're like, man, this is juicy. I'll soak this up for $10. Happening with other tech stocks too. And because of that, the rebound effect, people just keep buying in a snowball.
That is Trey with the big answers right here. People say that they love Mavis. They said that they love the rant. They love the ramble. We love it, man. That's a good energy right here.
Dude, huge news for sure. Microvision had their earnings call recently too, and they weren't profitable. They were still negative, but it was better than the previous quarter, which is good. And I think it gave a lot of investors confidence on their potential buyout company. So they're expecting to get bought out in the future. They're trying to look for kind of a candidate, somebody to take over the company for their LiDAR, right? So they're basically like the company that sells the pickaxes to the coal miners. So coal miners, they make pretty decent money, but the pickaxe guys sell the pickaxe, they make the real cash, So without LiDAR, which is what allows autonomous vehicles to be autonomous vehicles, they couldn't exist. So the LiDAR is the pickaxe, the autonomous vehicle is the coal miner. So if they could distribute that sort of stuff to a Tesla, to a Microsoft, to an Apple, Microsoft and Apple both trying to get into the autonomous vehicle game down the road 3 or 4 years, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. People are sleeping on it. They're so sleeping on it. I've been covering this stock for 2 months. And nobody has been listening. Nobody's been listening. I've been covering this thing since $4. And now it's in the 20s. Everybody's like, why? Oh, microvision, what's going on? What's going on? It's not too late, man. It's not too late.
Sounds good. Well, like you guys hear, there are plenty of other investment opportunities outside of AMC and GME. So this is not the end of the chapter for the Stonk Bros, even if AMC and GME moon tomorrow, which it can't moon tomorrow, even if it moons next week.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, if AMC moons, it squeezes. GameStop squeezes at the same time. We don't get the opportunity with GameStop. I'm going to take all my profits and dump it into my girl Mavis because she needs some loving.
Mavis is getting all of the tendies straight up from Trey.
All of them.
Straight up. Today, I modded one of your mods, so Ghost is currently taking care of me in the chat right now. He's doing a great job today.
Dude, Ghost is a boss. He'll take care of you, man. Yeah. He'll take care of you. Oh, what was the name of the dude? It was something Cloud. If you've got something Cloud in your chat, he was a mod for me for a little while, and he ended up just cutting off conversations from people. I wish I remembered his name. I'll tell you to watch out. I'm not usually a malicious guy. I don't know if he had malicious intent, but Cloud Kicker, that's what it was. If you've got Cloud Kicker asking to be a mod, I would say no. I had a mod for me, and that was rough. A lot of people got mad.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I also have a polarizing mod, but I like him, and today I got a little political. So and I couldn't stop that. I'm wondering if you ever had that happen. It was just like people just nonstop shouting back and forth, and like you started it, and I was just like, okay, everyone stop talking about politics. We're talking about money here.
Yeah, man, I feel you. Sometimes things get political, but I'm just such an easygoing guy. I just try to keep things really lighthearted and chill. I'm not allowed to talk about politics on social media or the internet whatsoever because of my job. So I just try to keep things chill. Politics only divide people. I'd rather have a conversation about things that we find in common, because there's more that brings us together as people than divides us. And I think the country forgets that we're Americans before our political parties.
There you go. And there you go. Even though those of you who aren't American, you're now part of the conversation too.
Exactly. We're people before our political parties. That's maybe a better answer. I forget that we speak to such a broad audience.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy how many people do research that is like specifically in this like 45-minute. I've been told that that Renzel and Pixel live 45 minutes away from each other. So these like four countries are just like bordering each other, and we're just like, it takes us 2 hours to get it from one side of Chicago to the other side of Chicago.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Don't get me started on the Bay Area. So what do you got planned for this weekend? You got some fun plans tomorrow?
Yeah, man. So I'm going to be doing a live stream. Going to be raising some money. So I'm going to be doing a live stream from my plan for now is 9 to 4. So it'll be a 7-hour live stream, and I'm going to be raising money for the Woolly Warriors project. So all the donations that are sent to that live stream are going to be going directly to the Woolly Warriors project. It won't be that same day. I gotta wait till I get paid, obviously, but I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'll post it on Twitter. Everybody can see. And then when I send it, I'll post a screenshot on Twitter, YouTube as well. And that'll all go towards the Woolly Warrior project. And every $1,000 that is raised, I will match with my own personal $100 that I'll be putting towards the Woolly Warriors project. So just trying to put money into a good cause. I've got a lot of respect for the military. I've got nothing but good things to say. My dad was in for 24 years. He had his leg blown off in Afghanistan. He had to put a stimulus, like a stimmy in his back so he could shock the pain that he had from some nerve damage. And I feel that, and I just want to get back to people. So if I can use the platform YouTube, talk about stocks for 7 hours, business, entrepreneurship, right, whatever it might be, help some people out. You know, that's what it's all about, man.
Well, I know for a fact that I'm going to be donating and helping you out with that stream tomorrow. So if you guys have not yet checked him out, that is going to be where we are going to be tomorrow. And a quick question: do you have plans on sticking long term with Uncle Ben like your dad, or do you want to be like Ghost says in the chat, the young Elon Musk, and take your millions and go somewhere else?
You know, I was in and out of a lot of meetings yesterday, and I can't disclose what they were about. They're pretty stressful, I'll say that. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna err on the side of caution and say I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it.
Didn't mean to ask you about something that you're not supposed to talk about.
But no, you're good. Normally I would have before yesterday, but I have to be ultra careful about what I say at this point. I don't think I can talk about it. But what I can say is that I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. The attendees will be reinvested back into the channel, and I've got some big plans, man. I'm going to keep giving back and finding ways to improve the investing community. Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know what your main goal is with your channel. You're doing good things, and I know you're going to continue to do good things. My main goal of my channel is to broaden the audience of the market and show people that you could be just a regular Joe Schmo weeb who likes anime and tattoos and cracking and invest in the market and make money. We were raised to believe that the only way you can make cash is if you put money in your 401k or your Roth, or give it to someone that can manage it for you, and then you'll be okay. You can retire when you're 65. Man, that sounds dumb. When I'm 65, I'm probably gonna be in a wheelchair. I want to retire and live a good life when I'm young. And the market's a way to do it. So if we can teach people to do that, to play the long-term game with short-term aggressive strategies, that's what it's all about. Just broadening the audience, getting younger people into the market, and showing good strategies so that we can build our portfolios and make a better life for ourselves. Because I tell you what, 2 years ago, I lived out of my car. Back of my car, eating freaking bananas and ramen noodles, down $30,000 in debt. My credit cards were all maxed out with all my stupid health issues going on. And I changed everything because of the market. And if other people can do that, if I can do that, I am not that smart of a dude. Anybody can do that, 100%. So
that resonates with me so hard, and for some reason, that just makes it so down to earth. Your kind of message right there. When I won't be gushing as much because I don't have anything prepared, but I will say that it resonated me right here in the immigrant, where my parents definitely didn't want me to take any computer science classes, didn't let me take any finance classes. It was just only like bio, chemistry, and math, and that's all I had. None of that's useful now. I want everyone to know that no matter what kind of background you're from, if you look like me, if you look like Trey, if you look like neither of us, that the market is right there, and it's something that I barely got to learn until grad school, and that's something that really means that if we can broaden that audience, if we can help people figure out passive income, personal finance, and learning about exactly what parts of the market work for people with specific types of capital and what doesn't, I think that that's a fantastic journey to go on together. That's why I'm so glad that we're talking right now. We're just like two peas in a pod right here.
Dude, heck yeah, man. It's crazy how the world works. Who would have thought? I'll tell you what, a year ago, I would have never thought I'd be having this conversation with you. A year ago, I thought I'd be in Korea by now. but here we are, having this conversation and doing great things. And man, that resonates with me too, man. I think you're doing great things for yourself, and keep grinding, dude. It's really awesome to watch your channel, and I didn't know you were an immigrant until now. That's really cool, man. And it's something that everybody can do if they want. I mean, not everybody starts on the same pedestal, right? Some people get a head start. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't do something if you work hard, and you're obviously an example for that. So good things, man. That's awesome.
I really appreciate that. And Ralph Castaneda's in the house, guys. He's coming in. That. He's coming in every couple of days with a very generous super. Thank you, Ralph. See you on the moon. It will be. Thank you, Ralph. If you guys have not checked out his channel, I'm subscribed to him. You guys should be too. Well, once more, we have still a little bit of time. We still can talk about whatever.
Yeah, man.
We are probably a little curious about what you have planned for maybe the next big thing. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about whether it's Palantir, whether it's our girl Mavis, whether it's Bitcoin. Is there something non-AMC or GME related that you want us to update on?
What's going to be my next big thing to cover on YouTube after AMC's done?
Yeah, what do you think? Maybe it's okay if you don't have anything.
No, dude, I got you. My girlfriend, my side chick, Mavis was my daily stock. So before I covered AMC every single day, I covered Microvision every single day, every day. And that's going to come back to regular scheduled programming. But what I really want to do once AMC and GameStop have squoze, the squeeze has been squoze, the lemons are empty of all their juice, the oranges have been scalped clean. I'm going to move on to the next big thing. Now, what's that going to be? I think it's going to be whatever grabs the attention of the entire world, right? So I keep thinking, I come back to this back and forth. We had this conversation, I think with Max, and we were talking, and I was like, what's going to be the next big thing that pins everything on its head? And I think about this, and I think Max made the point, is banks and currency. So the bank situation and some of the issues that come up, like I think about like how long it takes to transfer money into bank accounts, like from my bank account to a brokerage, right? You have to let your cash settle over, depending on the brokerage, 3 to 5 days. That is a pain in the butt. So how can you fix something like that? What can you invest in that would fix that issue? And I think we're already kind of going with this a little bit. I think it's cryptocurrency, which is, God, I feel like such a weeb for saying it because I was anti-crypto for a long time, but it's warming up to me. I think crypto could be one of those things that really puts the world on a swivel, and it opens a lot of eyes. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'd say crypto is fascinating. I think microvision and LiDAR and tech has always had my attention. I like being a part of investing that changes the world. I like to be like, if I'm not excited to research what I'm investing in, I don't want to invest in it. Banks are boring, man. When I think about banks, I just think about those stupid bigwigs that are shorting AMC. You know, I don't want to give them my money. Piss on them. That's out of my realm. But I would say either microvision or cryptocurrency.
Sweet. Well, Mavis and crypto is on his mind. Are you into NFTs?
NFTs, I'm starting to dabble a little bit. The concept is strange to me. It blows my mind that some people will pay like $20,000 for like a custom piece of art, because I've seen that happen with NFTs. It's like, what the heck? So I can't believe that, but I don't know. I feel kind of guilty for that. I'm gonna be honest. Do you dabble at all?
Not in NFTs.
No.
And that's the biggest part of being in the crypto space. When you are considering something that is not actually backed by any like legitimate value, and not being vested by companies like Apple and Tesla, such as the support that Bitcoin has gotten in the past few months, it's a lot of a different profile of an investment, right? It becomes something that only has value because people like it. And when people try to make the comparison of Dogecoin to GameStop or AMC, because all three of them are funny, I guess, is the way that the three of them can be connected. It's not really the same. I do love Dogecoin; it is very funny, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, there are different factors mathematically that are affecting AMC and GME that isn't affecting these other NFTs. What do you think?
I think the value of cryptocurrency rides solely on the sentiment, you know? So you can think about Bitcoin way back in the day when Bitcoin made its debut, and everybody just made jokes about it. Like I think the first transaction that took place was between a pizza guy and somebody that wanted pizza. I don't remember how many Bitcoins he paid him. I think it was, I'm not going to say, because I don't know off the top of my head, but I think that Bitcoin now is worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars or something. And the difference between then and now is that it attracted attention. So it's that idea. It's like the qualitative and fundamental analysis and breakdown that makes that up. So people like the idea of a decentralized currency. They like the idea of a person-to-person transaction. And inherently in and of itself, right, if you just look at a dollar, a piece of paper, that value only comes from the value that is given to it by the culture that made that currency. The same thing can be said about any single cryptocurrency, which is why Dogecoin is so fascinating, because it's literally just it's just a dog on a coin. But I mean, hypothetically speaking, if it had enough sentiment and there were enough people that were bullish on it, that thought, hey, this could actually be something that has inherent value to the market someday, which I could pay for a service or a good, it could hypothetically be a new currency. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that would, maybe. But what interests me about cryptocurrency is I think you could have different cryptocurrencies, if that ends up being one of the currencies that's accepted around the country or the world down the road 10, 20, 30 years or whatever, different currencies allowed. And it could be like this worldwide centralized currency, since it is a person-to-person decentralized currency, which is really sick. And you could like make money off your money without having to put money into a bank, have access to your funds all the time. Like there's so many enticing things about crypto that absolutely blow my mind. And it's that's the way that I see the world going. It's interesting. I don't know which one would end up being the best. I don't think that it's necessarily, the fact that you would see one better than the other, but which is growing faster than the other. Because if you want to use it as a currency to purchase a good or a service, you want to keep, your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or your Doge or whatever you're getting into, the one that's going to make you the most money while you're not using it, right? So I think that's going to be the big thing, is which one's going to make me the most money while I'm sitting here with my cash in my savings account, or my, my BitWall or whatever you call it.
I think one of the most important points you touched on is the fact that, cryptocurrency is also currency, but that's limiting the actual, like, the math and the logic behind the blockchain. This is something to be really considerate about. Imagine the little tiny computer laptops that people were trying to make when they were making a phone, like a smartphone, right? They were like, yeah, the keyboard is just gonna be a lot smaller, and you just have to like type with your tiny fingers, right? Nobody liked that. That didn't make any sense. It was because we were trying to map a thing that we already understand, like a personal computer, to a smaller thing, which is like a phone with a keyboard. That didn't work. So that's one of the things that we have to consider, is that we are trying to jam a square brick and try to make it make sense in a round hole. Yes, it can be used as currency, right? But the very nature of crypto is the future, is the very like foundation of something brand new. And you can just go back and imagine yourself in the 1900s thinking about the 1920s, or the the 1950s and thinking about the 1980s, right? Just go back 30 years and think about how people were treating the next big thing, right? Doubling down on floppy disks, or actually going to like something much more high tech, right? Blu-ray was going to be a big thing for a while. Now it's not. Think about the things that is just another extrapolation of a new idea, and then think about something that's a brand new idea in isolation. That's the difference between how the blockchain can disrupt everything.
Dude, 100%. I mean, I like that analogy you made with smartphones, that handheld laptop or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because if you go back, if you think about it, smartphones were made, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that? I think I got my first smartphone in 7th grade high school. That's when I bought it. And that just blows my mind how far it's come. Because think about that first freaking blocky piece of junk iPhone that came out. I mean, you don't see people use iPods anymore. Like, that was a disruptor. Like, that changed the game. I mean, it changed the entire world. Now you've got this whole, what some people would say, a pandemic with, smartphone issues and stuff. But that blockchain could be that next thing where it's like, hey, nobody thought that smartphones were a good idea, but look at them now. Like, no, now you've got people that doubt blockchain and cryptocurrency, and 10 years from now, it could be like, wow, I can't believe we didn't think that was a good idea. I mean, like, think about Google. There are people who are like, well, yeah, what are the uses for Google? Maybe military websites that I can make basic searches for. I mean, the concept of it, until you really grasp it and see the true potential, is like fascinating, because until you see the potential, some people just can't see it, And I think that's kind of where cryptocurrency and blockchain is sitting right now. It's just starting to make that transition. Like, we've got the iPhone 1 out right now for cryptocurrency. The very first model starting to get made,
I think that between the two of us, we covered like exactly what the logic is behind all of these crazy things. I see Manolia Rose says, "Hey, Gorilla Girl here. BlackBerry's becoming a major player in cybersecurity and IoT security world. I am super bullish about it. Check out my DD on this YouTube channel. I had to Google it. I am subscribing to her, and I'm going to add her to the description. I'm always supporting brand new YouTubers. You have only 21 subs. Let's get you up there, Mimies." What do you think about BlackBerry?
There we go. I'm bullish on BlackBerry also. BlackBerry is going to be a disruptor. They had a good day today. Wow. They were up from $10 to a close at 12. And man, this stock got wrapped into the meme again, which kind of made me sad, because this stock and Nokia, I'm actually really bullish on. And I think people are kind of freaked out and scared by them now. So they are getting into IoT, security, technology. BlackBerry is the company that made those goofy phones way back in the day, which had the cool keyboards or whatever. But I think they're going to be pretty big. They've got, just looking at this little piece right now, they've got IoT solutions, IP licensing. They do software products and services and security. Man, they kind of seem like a rocket mortgage of technology and IT services. So like Rocket Companies has their mortgages, they've got automobiles, they've got insurance, they've got a million different things. And BlackBerry is kind of starting to dip into that pond where they cover a lot of different sectors within that technology and software IT services. It's not a position that I currently hold, but it's one that gets my attention. The only reason I don't hold it right now is because the market as a whole isn't bullish on it yet. So I'd rather put my money where the other people's attention are, because it doesn't matter what I think as an individual investor. It matters what other people think about the stock, right? Because I can't move the stock by myself. So once people start warming up to BlackBerry, this is going to be something on my radar without a doubt.
And that is a BlackBerry thought. If you guys have not yet checked out Mimi's Crypto Corner, I put her in the description. Supporting those young YouTubers. Honestly, I wish I had a break. I was struggling for a long time underneath 100 subs. I think that took me like a 2-month, 3-month bender before I got 100 subs. Oh man. I have a question about if you have heard about the Melvin moving their position into like 401ks or something. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty foggy on it, but have you heard that they might be preparing for bankruptcy?
Preparing for bankruptcy, Melvin?
Yeah, that they are moving around their funds, and I'm gonna find that link because Renzel was the one that actually found that DD and sent it over to me. Oh, actually, in that case, I can just pull it up from his Discord. One sec, because in that case, Renzel. Here it is. It is. Here, I'll put it in the Zoom chat. Boom.
All right. That's news to me, man. That's news to me. Let me check this out. Assets being moved March 18th. Hedge fund tiers.
Hedge fund tiers.
See this link. I just received a tip from someone that works for the company. Their 401k is being moved to a new provider. They were notified in January. Guess when the new date is March 18th. That's the day before the quadruple witching.
Yes, which is why it's so sus right now.
Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty. Guess who is currently providing it? Melvin Capital. Also a lawsuit about misappropriation of funds having been filed. Now this was sent to me anonymously, and I'm trying to see if they will send me the emails about the 401k movement date. Added the post, see below. Wow. I mean, the only thing that we can ding on this is that it's just insider information. So we don't know if it's legit 100%. They've got a couple different things here. So they've got a PDF confirming the movement date. Let me read this quick just to see. I always like to see a physical source.
Uh-oh. Did you get to the PDF? I'm afraid
Commenters confirmed.
I'm afraid of touching a file dropper. I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I don't want to open that. That looks like it could give me a virus.
Yeah.
If that's legit though, man, holy Toledo. Wow.
Brandon Dale says he did this DD. So Brandon.
Hey, Brandon Dale, dude. Thank you, brother. You're a true one.
Yes, Brandon, if you do have any thoughts or extra context we can add to this, well, what do you think? Is this a sign that that they are actually ready to die to file for bankruptcy?
Dude, I'm gonna err on the side of caution and say we don't know for sure if this means they're filing bankruptcy. I don't know the ins and outs of why Melvin would transition their 401k to a new provider. That's very interesting, but what could the reasons be? I mean, I could see that. I mean, if they had gotten a margin call and they couldn't end up on their side of collateral, shoot. I mean, March 18th. That's so sus, man. What's sus about it is that it's the day before the quadruple witching. That's on a Thursday. Wow. Maybe it's their provider saying, their 401k saying, hey, we know that on this day, there are odds that you do not come out on top. You go somewhere else. That could definitely be it. Who knows? Dude, I'm going to have to read into this. I don't have an opinion on this yet. I'm going to be on the side of caution. I'd rather not have an opinion and not misinform people. That's interesting. That's got my attention.
Renzel is the mod here. He was on the show for like 3 hours earlier. He says, few things. Whose 401k is moving to where? Is there a credible source for this? Who put lawsuits forth against Melvin? Can you link to the filing of those? If you guys want to find this post, I am going to also put it in the description to make sure that you guys can do your own diligence as well. Well, last 5 minutes. You decide the conversation because I'm the one asking the questions here. And today the question is, what do you want to talk about, Trey?
What do I want to talk about, man? I want to talk about what started you on YouTube. I was curious.
Hold on. So Melvin bankruptcy, and then they put that link in there. What started me on YouTube? I'm trying to make it like not lame. I know you started
on Data's Day.
It did start. So Data Leap did start on Data's Day. I wasn't sure like what the branding, like I didn't know how to YouTube at all. I was like, the branding on YouTube is supposed to be like, you know, punchy, and it's not supposed to be like just like someone's name. So I was afraid to be like just Andrew. So I was like, I'm Andrew from DataLeap. So DataLeap is the brand of the channel. At that point, it was strictly just a data science channel, because at one point I opened up Premiere and I was trying to edit together a bunch of Hamilton like it's very hard to explain, but like I have a choir here in the Bay Area that I sing with, and we were no longer able to sing together, so we did our auditions with Premiere. And so I was editing the videos, and I'm like, oh, I actually like editing videos back then. Now I hate editing videos, but back then I was like, I like editing videos. Maybe I'll do one for data science on YouTube. It was essentially just like a, what can I do with the pandemic kind of attitude. Definitely wasn't here to definitely wasn't here to like build a business. Definitely wasn't here to like actually like meet these amazing people that I've met these past few months. But now, when I think back to it, it really was just trying to build the educational platform that I did not have. Right? I didn't learn much of data science from like an actual person. I learned data science through a book. I learned data science through like a professor that is like, you know, not going to connect with me on an actual level that makes sense to me. And at the end of the day, what made me really excited about doing YouTube on like a consistent basis, on like a upload twice or 3 times a week kind of basis, was that people were starting to respond with the idea that I was able to connect them with a complex concept that they could not understand from a different medium, from a textbook or from an article or something like that. That made me feel really, really happy. And now with the financial sector, it's the exact same amount of happiness, except with a much larger volume, right? These people are trying to find simple explanations to these complex ideas. And at the end of the day, just like what you said, I think that these complex ideas are only complex because the people who wrote these rules and these regulations made them complex on purpose. And if you can just kind of dive over that hurdle, it's not as complex as it seems.
That's spot on the money, man. That's a cool story. So you learned data science from a book, then?
I learned data science.
Not yourself?
I learned data science from a degree. I got my master's in computational analysis.
Okay. You got your master's. Where'd you go to school?
University of Chicago.
Hey, how about that, dude? That's sick. I got a master's degree. Wow. There you go. So you definitely know the ins and outs. That's good stuff. All right.
When I was teaching about data science, I was like, this is big. Isn't this cool? Like this algorithm, and it didn't really connect with like that many people. And unfortunately, at the same time, what I actually wanted to do was just help people get the tools they could use to then get the same job that I have, right? I wanted people to be empowered to be able to like find that kind of financial freedom. At the end of the day, I realized all I wanted was to just help people like make more money than they were able to before, make more money than their parents were able to before. And so if that was the case, the financial sector and the stock market actually makes a lot more sense for that.
Rock on, man. That's good stuff. And what's cool about your data scientist background is that comes into play. I mean, you're very analytical in the way that you talk about stocks. I mean, you really just focus on the numbers and try to keep it unopinionated and just based on facts. And that's got to be coming from your master's degree, man. And you definitely break things down. You break things down big time. It's simple, smooth brain ape language, the way that we all are as the apes, you know? You know what it is. We all appreciate it. I learned from you, man. So that's good stuff.
That means so much. I mean, I never expected like you to come on the show, be regular friends, and like have this kind of cadence and say these words to me. It really does. It resonates with me like on like a level that I'm gonna have to like sit down with a beer and like think about. Like Trey's just said that to me. He was on my live chat just like a week ago for the very first time, and that was insane. And now what you just said to me is like another level of insanity. I'm gonna have to sort through a little bit.
Nah, man. It's chill. I'm just a simple weeb who likes stocks, anime, and Kraken. That's how it is. We're regular people.
Anime, and Kraken. Let's get you that anime voice acting gig soon.
Dude, if you make that happen, I tell you what, I'll be the happiest silly chicken you ever seen in your entire life.
Happiest silly chicken I've ever seen. Well, thank you all of you for watching. Thank you, Trey, for coming on. Real quick, I'm going to show these people that made this show possible. I'm running out of space for my head, but these people over here, Meatball the Professor tier, and these people over here, Meatball the Space Legend tier. Trey, well, one sec. Trey, thank you so much for coming on. And once again, what time is your charity live stream starting tomorrow?
Going to be starting at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. So that'll be happening. I'll be there for 7 hours. And thanks for having me on, man. It's a blast. I always love stopping by and chatting, shooting the buzz to see what's up.
Shooting the buzz, and we'll be shooting it tomorrow as well. That's 7 a.m. PST or 10 a.m. Eastern, and we will see you guys there. But for now and not for forever. Do you know the catchphrase over here?
Now, but not for forever. I'll see you guys later. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll shoot.
That'll do it.
Is that it?
Now, but not for forever. Peace.
Peace. Oh yeah, you got the same one as I do. Now, but not forever. Peace.
Peace, guys. See you guys soon. Cheers.
Later.